No, 4 was a little iffy there. So
4 was actually where I figured out where I needed him.
All right, I'll say the number 4.
I'm not allowed to announce it until it shows up on YouTube. Ah, Minerva Podcast episode 36 with Skullz and Cthulhu and a little raspier than normal Donna, but if you ask me, that's kind of a positive anyway.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why does she look offended? I feel like a raspy Donna just fits the personality.
She always looks like she's about to kick somebody.
I know. That's
true. You just always got to be ready. That's the thing.
Oh my God, you've never looked at her fucking Instagram then?
Oh goodness.
No, I haven't. I have not.
I'm gonna drop
A lot of the time she looks like she's gonna kick somebody's ass, but on her Instagram there's some really cute pictures.
I'll have to check that
Even
out.
if I have bitch
Send me
face.
that later.
Like her actively trying to be cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out later. All right.
This is my face. I don't know what you want me to do about it. But if I'm standing still, I could be like, oh. Ah. But if I'm talking, this is my face.
What was that in that movie Step Brothers? The guy's like, oh, I want to punch you in the suckhole so bad. And he's like, well, why? And he's like, it's just your face.
Oh, it's just my cat. Okay.
Is there something I could do to change that? No, it's just your face.
It's just the face. It's funny how his headset, broke, but this is just a clear improvement. I mean, this is so much better.
Yeah.
What, the unicorn?
Headset broke?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The unicorn.
No, I just the other one fell on the ground and I haven't bothered to pick it up yet. It's very far away.
It's
So.
it's been a week and a half.
What?
Oh yeah,
It's
I
just
know,
on the
but it
ground.
was like
Yeah,
It
you
was a while
totally
ago.
didn't just look in a mirror and go, no, this is better.
this is who I am now.
I'm keeping this. Screw it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is this my world?
Hey,
Yes.
here's my cat.
Look
to
at
the
this
person
stuff.
that's asking.
Isn't it neat?
Yeah, me and Choo Choo, we all have the same headset.
I bought my headset because Beast recommended it.
It's a good headset.
Yeah,
Good luck with the camera, buddy.
I've been very happy with it the entire time I've had it.
The cat's just okay with it. There's a Pokemon YouTuber I watch who just will have a cat on his lap for like a weirdly long amount of time while he's like talking about some whatever PvP lineup he's using.
Yeah.
And the cat just stays put the whole time.
What a good kitty.
It's
And then
amazing
just
how docile
shit.
they are.
Sometimes,
Totally
or
fat-fingered
sometimes they're
it.
unhappy with it. They just decide that, oh, we're done now, and then they leave.
No, I mean his cat specifically, and it's true. They'll just hop off his lap like, "Oh, we're not doing this anymore."
Does that too?
And then
This is
they
the
go.
limit of our friendship.
I would never have my cat for that long.
You guys
I mean,
ever had
it's-
one of these? They're really good.
What, a
A
Pepsi?
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 Nah, it's like blueberry
No.
Pepsi.
Oh.
Oh.
It tastes like a candle.
That's
It tastes like a candle.
candle.
Yum!
Wait! Tastes like a candle smells, or am I missing
Why
out
do
on
you
some kind
know
of...
what a candle
No.
tastes like?
How many
Okay,
candles
so-
have you ingested?
We were all kids once. We experienced.
I can
No.
actually completely follow exactly what he means.
Like a candle
Because
smells. It tastes.
I have walked by Yankee Candle Company and been like, oh God, I can taste that. So yeah, I know exactly what he means.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
I wouldn't
you have
recommend
that
it. It's not
candy
bad.
as a kid that was like... So we had like these plastic little like wax bottles, but there was like a drink inside of them, and you're supposed to bite the lid off, but then...
The nip and sips or whatever they were called.
It's wax, so like if you ate a little bit of it, it's not a problem.
You used to eat the whole fucking
I
thing.
remember those.
You're nuts.
Well, did any of you guys have braces?
It's like swallowing
when you were
gum.
younger.
Just don't do it.
I
No.
did. I did actually.
I'm glad
So
I
when
did.
you have braces, the
That same
orthodontist will give you this like soft wax to put over it. Like if you have like
Yeah.
a sore in your mouth, or especially when you first get your braces, like they tear up the inside of your mouth. So they give you
They
this
do.
wax
Like that.
to put on top of the braces. And whether or not you want to, you end up eating some of that because it's in your fucking mouth. And if you're talking and a
Just
little
happens.
piece, you just fucking eat
So I
it.
want to say this before we're even 5 minutes into the show. Every episode is
Your
like a
favorite.
chess game. First move every time, you introduce everybody, and then you're like 4 steps in, and we're off
Completely
on a whole
derailed
different. whole
No.
different-
Yeah, we're off
Oh,
the
yeah.
rails.
Yeah.
I could not even guess that we would be talking about eating wax.
Because I know what Donna's. I know exactly.
Not
what
on the
Donna's talking
topic
about.
list for today.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I had.
I can also go with Skullz on the taste like a candle thing, because like muscle milk, you know, those like protein drinks that are vanilla flavored or chocolate flavored or whatever, like protein milkshakes or whatever. The vanilla ones taste like what I would imagine one of those vanilla candles tastes like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that smell and the taste you get in the back of your mouth when you're smelling one of those candles
I haven't
burning.
had cream
Yeah,
soda in a long time.
Now
Muscle
beeswax
milk grosses
actually
me
isn't
out
that
so
bad.
bad. Like the
Muscle milk?
smell.
Yeah. I think I've
Muscle
tried
milk
it
is
once.
gross.
That was all I needed to not want to try
When
it.
I
ever
was
again.
in high school, when I was a senior, they tried to make me drink that because when I was joining the
Yeah.
military, I was underweight, and they're like, "You need to bulk up." So they'd bring me like a whole fucking pizza, and they'd be like, "Drink this," and it was like the muscle milk because it was like high in fat and protein or whatever.
Mhm.
I told them to fuck off and go get me a Slurpee. Like that shit is not happening.
That works.
I'll eat the 5-pound burrito and I'll drink a whole Coke, but I
I suppose a pizza could be a burrito.
I would
depending on
do
how you present it.
anything for love, but I won't do that. Like absolutely fucking not. That's not going
They
to my
should have
mouth.
just brought you. They should have just brought you meatloaf. Yeah.
God.
How effective would it be to like roll a pizza up like a burrito?
Well, I recall I paid you to do that on.
No, that was a taco. That was a taco.
I mean, that's essentially like a
Okay,
what do they
fine.
call them? A calzone.
I folded
it's a
it in half.
calzone.
That worked
Yeah.
great, actually.
That's a calzone.
Like if
No,
you
I feel like
are
it was.
feeling lazy and you don't want to cut a pizza and you're living by yourself, like you're not sharing this, try it. Everybody in chat, it's just fold a pizza. Every bite is double the
What's
pizza,
the-
and it's what?
What's the method for that? Like,
You
are you
just-
like rolling it up?
You might
like
want to
a-
like.
like
I don't
a-
know if you.
Depends on how big the piece of pizza is. My method is you grab the crust kind of like this, and then you put your finger down and you
Yeah.
just kind of fold it.
My yeah, no,
Okay.
you
Definitely
the
want to
whole
go for
pizza.
some.
Okay.
You
I
want
can-
the cool some.
I can just imagine.
Like if this was the piece of pizza, you're gonna hold it like this, and then
No pieces. The whole pizza.
I mean,
The whole pizza?
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like you're
Yeah, the
you're
whole
home
pie.
alone. Maybe the pizza cutter's dirty and you didn't realize until after you made the pizza or whatever. Just fold the whole pizza one big thing. It's like a highly
It's like a
recommended.
Chipotle giant burrito or something.
I did it
feel
once
like-
on stream and it was
fold it in
not
half like a
that
taco.
bad.
Here's what I feel like with that. I feel like it depends on the type of pizza. It depends on how thick it is. It also
Sure.
depends on how
Can't
like,
do it with a
warm
pan
is, how
pizza.
how bendable it is. If it's like one of those really thick ones, it's like you're gonna try to fold up. You're gonna get like from flat to like here, and then it's just gonna stop working. It's just not gonna move anymore. Especially trying to roll it up. But if you've got one of those like soft, thin pizzas that you get
I
somewhere
like-
like pizza of near my house, then you could probably burrito it, and it would work pretty well.
But
Oh,
if it's
chat
like
wants
too
me to use a
crispy,
knife.
you could probably like mist it lightly with some water or garlic sauce, and then like
Why
you
are
could
you
roll
putting
it up
this much
into that.
effort in?
And then-
Just eat
I
the
like how all y'all are doing all this supposition
oven.
bullshit when I
And
have
bring it back
practice,
out.
not theory. Okay.
And then
I've been there and
like
done this.
little-
Tell the
little
chef
sushi
can
slices.
speak.
We're talking about
It could
using a
work.
knife instead of a pizza cutter. Like, what do you use, like a knife instead of a letter opener or something?
I use kitchen scissors to cut the pizza.
Yeah, that's the best.
I
way,
have used
honestly.
kitchen shears for that.
Well, okay,
They
you
work
do.
I-
you
rather
clean
well.
those, okay.
I use kitchen shears so often, and my husband is like really weirded out by it. He's like, "You're using scissors," and I was like, "It's like a double knife, all right?
Yeah,
It's
It's just two
awesome."
knives. Yeah.
I got a really nice pizza cutter, and I always have a fun
Yeah, I
time.
just use a normal thing. You know, the little roller.
That was like, I felt guilty winning it when I was like at the Cutco trading thing. I just won it and then stopped working there like shortly thereafter. It was the big
Yeah.
prize. They're like expensive.
They don't
but-
have any obligation to an
No,
employer.
it's a good pizza cutter. Like one push if I'm feeling, strong enough.
I mean, we
Which
had
is rarely
this,
the
we had
case.
this discussion the other day that like employers don't give a shit about you. Like a big business doesn't care.
They don't.
No, I felt
Yeah.
more for like the other people in my peers.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm just
Oh,
that
okay.
guy
makes
who's
sense.
everybody knows is like quitting immediately because he has a YouTube gig that he cares more about, and then I just win it. And I'm like, see ya, bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
It's okay. It's a great pizza cutter. It gets used.
That worked.
No, I have actually folded many a pizza in half. New York
Really?
style hand tossed works the best, especially if it's been cooled off enough and hasn't ever been
Yeah.
cut at all.
Sure.
Okay.
Thin crust tends to become too crunchy to the point that it just kind of breaks when you fold it.
Missed
You know.
it with garlic sauce.
I was
but
really
okay.
I worked
like,
at
frozen
I worked at a couple of different pizza places over the years. Like I've got 5 or 6 years of pizza making under my belt as a
Okay.
cook. You know,
I
so
trust your expertise in that case.
there's
then.
lots of years.
My diet has had a severe lack of pizza recently. I think I need to fix that today.
I just
favorite-
had some like 20 minutes ago.
I do like your thought process there, Kershell, with using garlic sauce to
Thanks.
soften the crust so that it folds easier.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine like you could get like some sort of pneumatic paint gun and then just get like a bunch of it, pour it in there, just turn on your air compressor that you have in the kitchen
I
right
think you're
there. and
over
then just,
engineering
like,
the shit
spray
out of
it on
this.
top. Well, yeah. Maybe.
I mentioned this at the
But
tail end
it's
of last
possible.
week's show, but we had a waiter that was like, he could have been a Kershell twin. I mean, like the same hairstyle, the same overly jolly attitude. My mom said he might have been the best waiter we ever had. I mean, same build, same height.
Like I said, I'll find him and I'll fight him. So
Because
there
there
can only be one of us.
I don't
Yeah.
think he'd participate. He'd just let you win.
My mom found my doppelganger at
Sure.
Disneyland, and I was like, "What? This bitch looks like me, and she has my dream job. What the hell?"
And you didn't Highlander that bitch?
You just come in one
Absolutely.
day instead of her and say, "Yeah, this is who I
Yeah.
am."
This is fine. This is me.
Oh,
This is
chat
me.
found out that I'm 21 and I live with my parents. I know. I'm a
Hey,
disappointment.
I am
no.
27 and I live with my parents. So
No, Kershell.
it's-
I'm
Yeah.
right there with you, bro. So.
Yeah, it save a lot of money.
I mean, it's a hell of a.
do.
It's really funny. It's really fun to laugh at people who live with their parents until you actually realize that moving out costs about $2,000 a month or whatever.
And a
your
lot
rent
of
is.
people don't want to
Yep.
just go live alone. They're like, you know what? I'm pretty chill
Yeah.
having people in the house. Like,
Yeah, if I
so me
wasn't
and my
married
wife,
and if I
we-
didn't have kids, I'd be living at my dad's house for sure.
Yeah. Me and my wife lived at our apartment for
That's
like
it.
about 2 years or so. And just before we were
Oh,
about to
fucked up
renew
letting
our
her move in.
lease, they moved it up to like $80 more than what it was. So
Oh.
now it was like $1,480 a month. And
And
so
that
I was
was
like,
just, like,
no.
too much more.
So yeah, like I mean, on top of that, they were also like returning our mail and just a bunch of other stuff. We had our
That's-
air conditioner broken down for a week before they came out and
Oh,
fixed
that's-
it. So it was just bad times all around.
Mhm.
So
I would go
yeah.
full Karen on their asses.
I
like,
did,
full-
but it didn't work. It didn't
Yeah.
work.
A friend of mine just bought a house, and
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, like, properly moved out of his apartment. I need to follow up with
Mm.
that, but as I understand it, it's less than his apartment was. I was
Yeah.
like,
A lot of
damn.
Unknown
time.
information.
And I did not need to explain to
dad-
him the importance of owning a property. He was thrilled about it. Skullz?
My dad lived with his mom till he died, or till
Wow.
she died. That's
Yeah.
crazy, but
That
yeah.
happens too.
Sometimes it's reverse.
Like-
Like, you have a parent who might not have the other parent around anymore, and they don't always want the kid to move out. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes they need
I don't want
the
to
kid,
be
you know.
alone.
no,
Yeah,
or they need him.
empty nest syndrome is the thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I thought about it
father-in-law kind
myself too. Like, I fantasize about living alone a lot, but like, there's a lot in my day to day where I break up the in between hours by seeing what sister's up to or chatting with mom or
Mhm.
dad. And if
Yeah.
I lived alone always, it would be. I don't know what that would do to my psyche. It would.
When I was away,
I
didn't
love
really.
alone.
I really would like to try that, but it's too
Yeah.
late.
On the
Yeah, I think
subject,
I'd like
on the
that a little
subject
bit,
of
too.
like the empty nest syndrome, as you said, Sig. I mean, like I had to deal with that for like a week because my parents went off camping for a week, and then it was just me, and it's like I have this. I mean, it's a week, sure, but it's like it's this house that I'm used to there being people in, and then there's just not. So it's like way more space than I need. So I only use like a quarter of it. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like a much better like alternative to living alone is like you get like a studio apartment or like I guess a college dorm room because it's like
I used to live alone. That
you
was
don't need the space.
I hated living in a dorm.
You know.
It's-
Yeah, I mean it's not
it's just so
it was not an
small.
enjoyable experience. It is.
And
It
yeah.
is way too small. You can't have anything that you actually. Basically you get like a computer and a bed. And it's like that's it.
Yeah. Like a twin size bed is what I had, and is
Yeah.
very, very, very thin.
Not
yeah.
to proclaim the benefits of college dorm life. No, but
I used to have my own
rather
apartment. There was like I had a living room, a bedroom, and a kitchen.
All
and
your
that was
shit.
it.
It's a
The
it's an
essentials.
efficiency apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the essentials. Like
feel
I
like
had a
if you're
spot
living
to like
alone,
go
that's-
chill.
A lot of space.
And
Am I
then-
wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not
all
bad.
you need.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a hoarder like me, then it's not. But I mean,
I
I'm
do
not
like
that much of a hoarder.
99% of my operations, if you don't count the kitchen and the bathroom, I suppose, in this space.
Oh yeah, there was a bathroom too, obviously.
You give me a
It
bathroom
was
and
real
a
small.
mini kitchen.
It was like there was a stand-up enclosure shower. It was terrible.
My experience with living alone was a very Spartan situation. I didn't have
Yeah.
much of anything in the place. I didn't want much of anything in the place. I didn't even buy like new furniture when I moved in. I just used some of the shit I had, and that was it. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't acquire
I told
anything
my
while I was there.
husband-
I didn't want to.
I told my husband when he retires, and because when he retires is when we'll finally buy a house because he's military.
Yeah.
We never know when we're gonna move, so we're not gonna build our,
Yeah.
our settle down home until he gets out. And I told him wherever we go, we need to have a big property, and I'd
Yeah.
like somewhere on the property, like a studio apartment for myself to like hide it, and that could be like my craft room and my stream room and all that. But I would like it to be separate so that I
Yeah.
can hide from the children when I need to.
A pool house, if you will.
That works.
Children, are
You
there more
need
than
your
one?
you need your treehouse cabin just on the property. There you go.
Yeah, like it could be like one of those above the garage studios. That's fine. I
frog?
just needed a frog.
Yeah, finished
What?
room over garage.
Oh, I guess.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that
called a
was
frog.
what it was
That's-
called.
That's
That
a
sounds
term?
amazing.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is the thing.
Well, I would maybe one of those, but I don't
Yeah.
want a door directly into the main house. I do not want any of the children, or at that point grandchildren, just walking into my apartment.
Mom
Right?
Get out of my space.
Right, I
needs
just-
to have
I
a
just need my
deadbolt,
space.
one of those little like vault doors.
And a moat.
It's gonna have like
Yeah,
a Ring
moat.
doorbell intercom.
Yeah,
Let me in. Nope.
mute.
Mommy is busy.
Yeah.
No, even better. There's Colin Furs did a video about like 5 years back.
Oh, he's great.
No, yeah, because he has like a shed in his backyard, and under the
Mhm.
shed he dug out an 800 square foot bunker.
Colin
Yeah.
Furs.
I'd
Yeah.
like one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a bunker.
It's like
Like,
I'm a vampire
that's the-
anyways. I
that's the
don't like
cave.
sunlight. That would
Mhm.
be amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
the guy
That's
that's
the cave.
the guy that runs what the hell's the name of the channel? Shoots a
just
lot of
call
guns and everything. What the hell's it called?
FPS
There's a
Rush.
couple.
Demolition
Bang, bang.
Demolition Ranch.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Yeah.
His off the ranch channel where he's refurbishing a mansion or whatever.
Oh, fuck.
They're building a big 3-car garage with a fucking gun safe, a room in the floor of the garage that is a gun safe. Like the whole room.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That
Yeah.
sounds huge.
Yeah,
Oh, my
no,
house will
it's
definitely
stupid big.
have one of those when I
Some
have my
fucking
forever
Tony Stark
home.
shit.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah, he
those
is. Yeah, Stella. He is also a veterinarian.
Oh,
Yeah, his vet
you know,
ranch
fucking-
like channel is sad but also nice to see.
Yeah, he's got
Like
like 3 or
animal
4 different channels at
stuff.
least.
I think he has to diversify because YouTube's policy
Yeah.
on
Oh, yeah.
firearms has changed over the
Oh
years.
no, he had to
worse or
change.
better.
He had to change a lot of stuff about his channel because they no longer allow you to talk about pew pews.
Yeah.
that's
But-
so stupid.
Of course they don't.
And what I find really upsetting is like a lot of like his history YouTube channels are getting docked for that sort of stuff and like getting kind of screwed over just because they discuss like historical weapons and such. And yeah, it's
Like
a shame.
in history, like what the fuck?
It's like
Yeah.
you can't just censor something and then say, oh, because we don't talk about it, it doesn't happen. Like that's
Well, what was that one that we just talked about not that long ago? One of the podcasts recently where we said something about the chess channel that got shut down or
Oh.
whatever because of the black versus white on the chess channel.
Oh, God.
Like, are you
Oh
kidding
yeah.
me?
Right,
I
right,
put
right, right.
black versus white in the title. And,
Jesus.
Yeah.
One history channel I follow that I think has had to deal with this is like World War II Day by Day, where they well week by week. Or they just do like every week they do a video where it's like, okay, this is what happened at this day, like this week in World War II 80 years ago.
What are they gonna do when World War II is over?
Well, I mean, they have 6 years to figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think now it's like, I think it's like 4. It's like 4.5 years now, but like they have to do almost everything to their Patreon because YouTube doesn't like to let them talk about things because
Maybe they'll do another war.
Yeah, I never
There's
got
been
that.
plenty of them.
there's been quite a few. The few are as
Yeah,
well
that could work.
documented as World War One and Two.
What are you even talking about, pro noob? I'm sorry. I just look over and I was like, chess, white supremacy, and then go black supremacy. What is happening in the chat? Stop it.
Whoa, no, sir.
All right, guys.
Jesus. These are people we know, too. Like, come on.
Tavish and Stella.
Although what's funny is like 2 of the new names were saying Rip Beast College up there. I was like, what? Because they asked if I was in college. I am not, no. But I don't understand.
You don't need college to be successful.
I don't know. Have they clicked?
You don't.
Have they clicked
No, you
Beast under the stream? Are they not aware of what's going on? I don't know.
I don't know.
This is internet college right here.
Yeah, World War II.
Everyone's in internet college now.
World War II
Yeah.
facts.
I mean, well, yeah,
education.
Oh, God. If you, want to talk about... If you want to
probably
read up
get more
on some World War
info.
II, just open Gentleman's Club for the past 4 hours. Bob has not gotten off of that subject at all.
I
You
love
could probably
that.
get more information.
I should go there.
No, and at
I
one
love
point, at one point, he said, "You can look it up on Google." And in my mind, all I thought was, "Well, goddamn, I don't need to. You're gonna fucking tell me about it anyway."
From the middle of his passage in the recent
no,
post,
he is.
and then I
He
saw
is
how
tough.
well it performed in the Korean War, and I read all about that. The formation creates the illusion of a much more numerous enemy because of blah blah blah.
Yeah, like holy shit, dude.
They're just going and going. If anybody wants to join,
Someone
there you
just
go.
needs to like throw a shoe at him or something.
And Stella.
Send them to Discord.
Beast water is condensing, and
It's
then
probably
he
a
reaches over for a drink and pulls one that's off
If you're
screen
not-
instead of the water.
If you're not gonna contribute anything at all, then please
Condensing
don't
is
talk.
fun. Did you know you can't compress water? Unless you're the Avatar, of course, but
You can too.
you cannot.
I mean, it's just difficult and things tend to explode.
Yeah, it's like it's not apparently impossible, but every time we've tried, you cannot compress water. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Unless
no water.
it's reaching its Schwarzschild radius.
Okay.
It's what?
You can totally compress water when you freeze it. It compresses. doesn't
Sorry.
it?
No, it actually
Actually
expands.
expands.
It expands.
Oh,
Water
It's
water
like-
is
And
Yeah,
it's not water
it's
anymore.
weird.
water is very
that seems weird to me
compressible.
because when you fill up an ice cube tray, right, and you put it in the freezer,
Well,
there's
so
you always put more water in.
now you're
Get
talking
out.
about ice.
It's like,
So we're talking
And-
like cold fusion kind of stuff, where it's
oh yeah, I know
potentially
nothing.
possible,
Cold
but
fusion.
like can't do it. That's like compressing liquid water. You cannot make it take less volume than it does. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
freeze it, which even then it expands a little bit because it gets more rigid and less, well, fluid. It's kind of
It's like
interesting.
normally solids take less space than the liquid version, but water is different. Water is special.
And I really did learn that in a video
It's very
hyping up
drinkable.
the final Avatar fight, where like talking about the power of the Avatar state was how he like compressed water into a ring, and how like, by the way, you can't do that.
I mean, what I kind of take away from that was like some of it was siphoned off, so it just created that ring.
I like
And
to
that
believe
was
that he compressed it.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
well, also
he's
he's the
the
Avatar.
master of
He kinda do what he
elements.
wants.
Yeah.
So
He has like
So
millennia of information and other past lives,
right.
also in control of his
Did I
body.
hear
So I'm
that
sure
they
he
were
figured
working on more Avatar episodes.
I have to take my headset off for this bit, chat, because I haven't watched the show. So that's
Oh,
Oh.
spoiler alert! He
Ah.
enters the Avatar state at some point in the show.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't even know what that means, but oh
Spoiled
no.
I mean, I haven't watched the show either. I tried.
You should try again because it's amazing.
God.
That is a pretty good show.
Hold on,
The
look that
fun
up.
thing about
That's my
the
favorite.
science alert, the Schwarzschild radius thing is just like if you compress any massive stuff into a smaller space, it becomes a black hole. That's it.
Because they've
Yeah.
definitely had a resurgence of interest.
Yeah, I really like that about it because the fan base for it kind of got renewed, and all sorts of people that hadn't seen it before saw it and gained a newfound appreciation for it. And yeah,
For Avatar?
yeah,
Yeah.
And hell, Minecraft is actually the same way. Like Minecraft, like it peaked, it stopped, and now it's like back up.
Shit,
Yeah.
not to just deter again, but Pokemon Go is picking back up. I've been creating crazy into it, along with a lot of other people are starting fresh and like getting hooked.
You know, the
One
only
of my
person I know
friends
who's more into Pokemon Go than you are, Beast, is my father.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
One of my friends just asked me about that recently. He was like, "Hey, are you into Pokemon Go?" I was like, "No,
You
but
should be.
like, I know it's a thing." And he's like,
I
asking
know
me,
where
like,
you can find people who are.
Like, I didn't even know there was teams, but you know.
Oh, there's
And
teams?
yeah, so he's about to join. And
No, like,
what team should he join?
Pokemon Go. This always makes me laugh. This kind
Oh,
of
jeez.
shit.
What am I looking
That's
at
so
here?
smart. He's got like a little like screen.
Oh
of
yeah,
some
that
sort.
guy.
It's like that one scene in The Dark Knight
This dude's
Rises where
sponsored.
Morgan Freeman's character is like, "This is wrong."
They give him those phones for free. He plays on like 84 phones.
That's
Why?
great.
It's what
I
he
don't
does
know.
to make me happy. I think he's retired, and this is what he likes to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool and all, but wow.
Like I said, my dad plays, and he plays on so he has his work phone and then his personal phone, and then I think he has a third phone for whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he plays on 3 phones, and it's ridiculous.
So he's one of the casual players.
Oh god, it is expanded. Here's
No, that's actually a lot. Like,
it expanded.
the median phones in the group of hardcore players I met is like 4 or 5. Some of these dudes roll with it. Holy crap! Here's the full image. This is what he actually. No, that's what I meant. He
The guy
really did have
looks
like
like
80
a
phones at first.
backwards
This isn't even my final form.
He looks like a backwards peacock.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine crashing that thing?
Oh
No.
god.
How to make a
How do you
bike
see
costs
in
more
front of
than
you
a
and
car.
not
Yeah,
get hit by a
you
bus?
can't see.
Oh, he's got so many phones in front of him.
Literally can't see the
He's
road.
gonna get hit by a bus.
Like, does the
I mean,
fan of
if enough of those are
phones
Nokias.
I think they're all LG rays.
Oh,
so
God.
If enough are Nokias,
Yeah, if
Yeah.
enough of them are, he'll be fine.
What, you're gonna treat that like it's armor plating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surround your car.
That's what a
pack it with
Nokia
no-
is. It's armor
Yeah.
plating. Everybody knows that.
I had that old Nokia chocolate bar phone.
Yeah.
I was on a call. I was on a
Oh
call with my dad.
God. The
I was on a
chocolate
call with my
vanilla
dad, and he
chocolate.
really, really pissed me off one day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Fuck you!" and hung up the phone and slung it across the room hard as I could. It hit my window unit air conditioner. It broke the fucking air conditioner and not the phone.
Yeah, those things.
It's just
Bro,
such a
not
Back
a
throwable.
in the
scratch
day,
on it.
I used to chuck my phone so much, and then I had to learn, I can't do that anymore.
Oh, these
Yeah,
are
those old
expensive.
phones are built like bricks.
Yeah.
I full on
I
fucking
dropped my
whipped that
phone
thing
and it
across-
stuck in the floor.
This is
And
my
was
first
fine.
phone.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
That old Motorola was a
Yeah.
solid one too.
This was a very nice phone, and I really like it.
God.
If I don't know, I mean, I don't know what I actually do with it if I used it, but yeah, it's a pretty
Oh,
nice
that's
phone.
exactly what he sent a picture of, was phones
I
inside
got
of
pretty
concrete.
good at, like texting in my pocket with it, so I'd just be like, that was in high school or so, but yeah.
We actually had a good
It's
experience
just-
with like one of the hardcore players I know. He actually has a carpet company and redid some of the carpets in our house to get it ready for
Nice.
selling and stuff. And that was funny because he's
That works.
definitely one of those guys who has like 6 level 40 accounts, which means something if you have ever played Pokemon Go. Level
Alright.
40 is no small feat. So to do it 6 times is
I mean, if you were doing it at the same time, like,
it's a little bit the same thing, you know. It's yeah. They all level up at sort
it's
of
not
the
like
same
World
pace.
of Warcraft where you level up each tune one at a time. If you
Sure.
have multiple accounts on multiple devices, you're doing it, you're spinning all the same wheels,
Not
you're
easy,
doing
though.
raids all by
Takes a
yourself.
lot. That's the best part, and that's why a lot of these guys do it. You can just scroll, you can just roll around raid to raid and just solo everything.
It's funny.
Yeah.
WoW is a fun one where you can, if you really want to pay for it, you can run multiple accounts at once just on the same.
Multi-boxing is
Why
just,
not?
oh.
It's a whole
so...
thing.
Yeah.
It's expensive
It's
on
a
Pokemon Go
whole
too. To raid solo all the time, I find it expensive enough to raid as one person. To
Right.
buy passes for even one more account is already like, damn.
Yeah.
The fact that these guys do
I mean,
it-
but these people are also buying extra phones. These are people that are not they're either not worried about their finances or they're just really careless with their
I personally
finances.
don't have enough
I can get
time.
an extra phone that'll run Pokemon Go for $30.
Yeah.
It's a little of both.
I mean-
A lot of these guys are adults, and Pokemon Go is like basically their hobby. It's not one of their hobbies. It's their hobby. It's where
That's
all of their
true.
spare cash goes.
Yeah.
My
And-
parents actually used
wish
to
I had
really be
spare
into
cash.
Ingress, and they
Right.
like stay out like late at night playing Ingress and just like doing the little triangle thing, whatever Ingress
Mhm.
does or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, they stayed out like till like 3 in the morning on
Your
weekends
parents?
on a regular basis. My adult 50-year-old parents did that.
I mean,
So,
I just
yeah, it's
told you that
pretty
my dad
comforting.
plays.
You said
Yeah.
Ingress? You said Ingress?
Yeah, Ingress.
Yeah.
And I got into Ingress for like a short little bit just because they were doing it. I wanted to, I don't know, participate in an
Do
activity.
something with them.
And my wife and I went along with them. And that was like a night that they stayed out till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we were like, okay, can we please go home? We were just like at some random
Chriselle's
like
such an
park or
adult.
something. Yeah, I just wanted to go home
Mom,
and sleep.
I want to go home. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
I was
I was
No,
out.
it's
feeling a
like
little
that.
fussy.
It's that, except you're 30. Like the kid is 30 doing this.
Yeah.
I was out
It's-
late with my sister
What's
trying to
wrong
get
with
her a
being
pink
30?
snake, trying to get her that shiny Dratini. And then we're like on our way out of the park. Like it's late, we're going home. As my regular group walks by, having just gotten there, they just spent all day playing, and now they're ready to just walk until like 1 a.m. So, fuck. These guys never stop.
That's like, hey guys, how you doing? I'm going home.
But you know those late night gaming sessions that I know all of you have done watching?
Yes.
They just do that playing
Yeah.
Pokemon, but they're out walking.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
what you're
it's great.
talking about. I definitely didn't stay up all night playing Sea of Thieves.
That would
Definitely
never
didn't
happen.
get in bed at 8 a.m.
Totally not you.
Definitely.
And
It
Cthulhu
didn't happen.
was
If you're
not
friends with
being a
me on
space
Xbox,
pirate.
you're
I was-
lying.
I was not up until 3 a.m. doing dungeons on my new character in WoW. That didn't happen. Never. Not even once.
I would never be so irresponsible.
I never had 3 accounts to do that at the same time.
She
Never
got
happened.
a pink snake. I did not, though.
Ooh.
Very
Did,
nice.
did you already have one?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I got one
I've
before the event.
I've never been guilty of playing Minecraft for 16 hours without realizing how long I'd been playing.
Absolutely not. never.
Yeah.
Never have I ever.
Just a couple long summers went
It's like,
away.
yeah,
to
I
that
should
game.
call it soon. And then, like, you know, a little while later, yeah, I was thinking about calling it like 2 or
Oh, it's a
4
week
hours
later.
ago. Maybe we should.
But, you know, let's do it a bit more and then.
Yeah.
That happened yesterday on stream. I've properly rated Eris, and then Skullz brought up like the moving to Twitch conversation. Literally an hour and a half later, I ended up rating him again when we actually ended the stream.
God.
We just kept talking over his stream. That was
Oh,
good though.
God.
And as a conversation I wanted to bring up at some point was,
Wait, 2 a.m.
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do the whole conversation. It could easily consume the rest of the podcast. But I essentially want to merge to full-time Twitch instead of YouTube streaming or dual streaming.
There you go.
Mhm.
I did want to mention that I want to keep the Minerva podcast on YouTube. I think that's probably better. We'd give this show an early death if I put us only on Twitch, I think. We
Yeah.
Yeah.
already have less people hanging out than usual. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, the thumbnail and the atmosphere. This is like a YouTube show in my brain. I don't know. I don't think we need to.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And,
I don't disagree with that.
But like for the main thing, it's really just like an adult decision. I don't care where I stream. We're going live, whatever. But
Yeah.
based on earnings that I don't want to share any specifics, but yeah, Tic Tac and I talked a lot because he's a very similar channel. If there was anybody I was ever going to talk analytics with, it would be him. We stream the same game, have a very similar channel size, and I should move to Twitch. He's doing a little bit better than I am, and yeah, there's just a lot more potential there. If I ever want to see this as like a proper, if I ever want this to be a proper career that really supports me, I think Twitch is something that just needs to happen. Holy shit, Avatar has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Nothing has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow.
Wait, The Last Airbender or
Yeah.
James Cameron?
I mean, you get this kind of thing where it's
Blue people.
where you're making a decision. You're not thinking for now. You're thinking, okay, in 5 years, I'm gonna either have to have this support me, or I'm gonna have to have a job. It's
Now,
like, that's the kind of decision.
It's not so dire. Like, YouTube really is doing great right now, but I could really be a lot more comfortable and consistent if Twitch was kind of where we headed with that.
Well, there was a part of that we talked about also, was that Twitch is and has always been a streaming platform. YouTube has not been. YouTube doesn't give a shit about streamers. They don't seem to care about streaming at all.
If anything,
they're not doing gifted subscriptions, which Twitch has happily done and is doing quite well for a lot of people.
That's a huge part of it.
The Amazon Prime subscription, just
And
free
bits.
subscription thing, is enough of
Bits.
a reason to move it over there. And then on top of that, there's bits. People can watch an ad and get a few bits and then give you those few bits very easily.
Smaller channel, less viewers. Tic Tac beat me in bits.
Michelle,
compared to Super
I have
Chats.
one of
Great
those.
for him. I'm glad he's doing awesome.
got him.
God damn it, Beast. If you
I have one of
stream
those.
on Twitch, all the Minerva people that watch me and give me their subs on Twitch will be giving them to you. How rude.
I mean,
I only stream like once every
I
two
was
months,
gonna
it's
say
fine.
your monthly stream, Donna. I know it's important to you, but
I might start doing weekly streams. I've been having a lot of fun with Sea of Thieves, and I have someone that I regularly play with, which helps because I don't like playing by myself, especially not to stream. I have to have a real life person in like Discord to talk to. I have to.
I had to cut my stream short yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skullz stretched it for an hour because he left me. Sig left me. I was playing Doom by myself. I'm like, this game's amazing, but I'm done. This is
Right.
Yeah.
I can't just keep a one-sided.
Yeah.
I can't do a monologue for 4 hours. I can't. But so like I said, I've been playing Sea of Thieves a lot, and I have a person that I've been playing with a lot, and he was talking about a friend of his that wanted to stream but doesn't like to do it by himself, and he like wants to get into streaming, and I was like, if he does that, I'll stream too, and I'll help him build his channel, and we'll do that. It'd be fun. And he's like, oh, do you stream? And I was like, I used to. And then he went to my channel, and he's like, what? Why did you stop? Like, I'm not a huge channel.
he goes over
But
your
I
channel,
do-
starts coughing with all the
I
dust
do
that
have
got kicked up.
1,800 followers. Like,
Not nothing.
it's not a nothing, right? So, for a person who's wants to start streaming, they're gonna be like, "Oh, so you kind of know what you're doing." And
You kind of know what you're doing.
She knows exactly.
Right.
what
With
she's
that
doing
many
with that.
followers.
Yeah, she can just be making masks for a day and have 60 people watch the entirety of that stream.
I've joined one of those streams.
Wait, Sig,
before.
that doesn't
I
sound
was
like a
about to say,
hypothetical.
are you being facetious? Because that's what happened.
That sounds
That's
exactly-
literally what happened.
That's literally what
I was
happened.
there
think
for part of it.
my last stream was when I was making the wedding mask, and I was like, I'm bored doing all of this work by myself. I'm gonna
Come
turn
hang
on
out with
stream.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your husband scared the living daylights out of you.
Why was he so creepy? Why? He low crawled
Sorry.
into the room, you guys.
It was funny.
And
I don't know
then
if you guys,
someone in
I don't know if
chat-
any of you guys in the call with me like saw this, but there's a
Is it
clip.
clipped or something? I want to see
Yeah.
that.
So I
Rosa's
had a flag
sitting
like
there at
over
the
yeah.
machine, door behind her back here, with a flag hanging over most of the doorway, kind of like over your shoulder right now, Chriselle.
Yeah.
And like the
it
flag
doesn't go all the way
stopped
down to
about
the ground,
halfway between the doorknob and the floor.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So there's just a section of space down there that's open,
Very crawlable.
and then husband just appears in the back, like in that space
He like
below the
low-rolled
flag.
in that space, and then someone in chat was like, "Rosa, who's behind you?" And I was like,
funny.
"What?" And I like quick glanced, and I was like, "There's no one." And then I like looked again, and then there's this 6 foot tall man staring at
scared
me
the
from the
bejesus out of me.
ground.
Oh wait, I know you.
To me,
It was so
What are you
funny.
doing here?
right?
But I find it on the bits conversation. It's like, I've made enough in the past month and a bit. It accounts for like a majority of the stuff. It's crazy. Crazy how it works.
Yeah.
And a good question was asked about YouTube membership.
People just cheer.
And that's where I would want to transition slowly over a month. Like, stream on YouTube for the first hour or two, then switch to Twitch for like a good 3 weeks, just to give every YouTube member a good chance to cancel if they want to, and then subscribe on Twitch if they want to. And then also, like, the badge doesn't go anywhere necessarily. Like, you'll still have it in the comments. We'll still be able to see it. You'll still be able to rep if you're still a member. And if you stop and come back at a later date, you'll pick up right where you left off. If you're in month 2, you'll come back at month 3, So, I think it could be smooth. Because I feel bad. People became member, like, as soon as a couple of days ago, and I don't want to just cold turkey say, sorry. Because
it's like, I'm over here now.
Hey, you have to sub on Twitch now if you want to watch me.
You can still honor those member perks, just you switched platform.
Thought about that too, like Storm King runs and whatnot. It'd be a little tricky because I'd have to like have them type in YouTube or cross-reference based on my list. Not everybody's name matches. It'd be a little bit of extra work, but I feel like I'd honor it for at least a little while. But
like a month. Because then after that month, you would probably put a header, don't sign up here, go to here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick on YouTube if for nothing else. Then I became a member the day it was possible.
So close to that year 2 badge, and that's like a legitimate. Very few people have that badge. Year 2 is a rare sight. I would
already have it if not for the fact that, because here's the story. Way back in the day, we like to have our fun. It's like, oh, you wanted to do something, you needed to be there this one time period for 3 hours a year and a half ago. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. 3 months into my membership, I became a member the day it was possible on Beast Channel. 3 months in, I had been fucking around with PayPal and I turned off the automatic payment to YouTube, so it canceled it. And as a result of that, YouTube reset my membership. They reset my YouTube. So I'm 3 months short of what I actually am. Because I wasn't a member for a day.
You would have it, and Jaffe's 1 month away, and then literally the next runner-up is Ben's, who's at 15 months. So you and Jaffe would be alone on that throne for a decent chunk of time. And that member badge is never been seen by, well, hardly anybody. It's been shown. I can show it. I will show it just for that sake of the conversation.
How close am I? Am I 22 months?
Yes. So here, I'll
The thing
I'll
is,
show
you
it.
could carry all those badges on Switch.
I will, yeah. I can't pick them up at the 2-year mark, to my knowledge, but I will have these badges. So it's basically like the normal shiny Milotic that's sitting down, but then it's it's a different pose. It's funny how it's still the same shiny Milotic, but it's distinctly different. And very rare, as we've been saying. So it's unfortunate that a lot of people's timers are going to get reset on Twitch, but that's just an early problem kind of thing. A year from now, this will not be a problem. So and there will be a lot, because Twitch has gifting and it's a lot easier with Twitch Prime, there will likely be a lot more people with those Milotics later on. Assuming Twitch even lets me use a Pokemon, which I think they do.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a problem with it.
They've allowed it before.
A bunch of other...
I know Chaser had a Gyarados for a long time.
Yeah, Chaser. I think Chaser was. It was your Chaser or Han was. I think there was 3 of us that were on that first day. And, there was a couple.
Yeah,
I think the biggest problem is if you use copyrighted artwork.
Which it
so
is.
You would just need someone else to draw it, and that's literally all you would need.
I think Nintendo's been relaxing recently, now that they understand the internet a little bit better. So you watch that face, but they conceded on the Smash Bros. Live stream, and they've kind of chilled.
This was 7 years ago that happened.
So,
Save the World is not today. Today's podcast.
Yeah, so there are a ton of Pokemon channels who have Pokemon banners and Pokemon artwork. I've seen Twitch streamers with, because it's a member badge. If they file a lawsuit or something, I just change it to literally anything else. I'm not selling the Pokemon image. It's just a member badge or a subscription badge.
I don't think you really have to worry about that.
I'll use the
Copyright
same.
law is a strange thing.
It's
like
one of those
on
things that's technically illegal. I'm using copyrighted work, but you'd have to be a son of a bitch to sue me for it. And they just don't. They just haven't done.
Yeah,
that
I don't think you're
past.
that high on the spectrum.
The crazy thing is, I'm not trying to cheat them out of any money. People are gonna be a sub whether or not I have that badge, and like.
Right.
I'm a huge Pokemon fan. It's why I'm using a Milotic. They'd really be coming after the wrong guy. That's my opinion.
If they could.
Are you
sue
saying that
for
there's no
they could
one in
literally sue
the
you
huge
for-
ass community that we have that could draw you a Milotic that you would appreciate?
So I
we had
hear you,
Stelly.
but I feel like
Stelly
Stelly absolutely did a channel banner for me on YouTube, and it looks phenomenal.
It's amazing.
I don't even know if you've seen it, Donna, but like it's a Milotic.
I don't pay attention.
It's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And that turned out great. But it
That
still
looks really great.
depicts a copyrighted character, so like I don't even think that would work.
No, so the way it works with the emotes specifically is you have to have rights to the picture. Like when you submit the pictures for your emote, you say that you have rights to it. And especially lately, because for a while it took forever for your emotes to get approved and whatnot, they just switched over to a system that if you're in good standing, if you want to switch out your emotes, you can do it instantly. But if you have a no-no on you, like you used copyrighted work, you have to go back to the approval system, and it could take weeks to get your emotes approved.
It took me a couple days on mine.
Yeah, I'm in good standing.
Right,
could
I'm in
just
good
switch mine
standing,
out.
so I could just switch mine at any time.
Oh, look at that.
I know. I love when he shakes his mane.
Stop
You
it.
should get some of that. You should get some of those like dollar store clip-ins of like the tinsel. You know what I'm talking about? Yes.
I want my Okay,
Ooh,
where do I get those?
No, it's
That's
funny now because the person with the most hair here is Chriselle.
tinsel.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen
character.
your armpits, so that was gross. I'm sorry I said that.
Wow.
Sorry, it just immediately folds.
I am mildly uncomfortable.
I am upset and offended.
I think you'd be more uncomfortable if you actually saw his armpits, though.
Yeah, I'm with HP on this
Yeah,
one.
you
I
have-
have no idea how Skullz never got
I don't
in
know.
trouble.
Maybe it's into that. Anyway.
Literally uploaded the Super Meat Boy and then like immediately got flagged and then somehow got around that and
Wait,
No. I never uploaded it. It just never let me use it. It said I got an email that said you can't use this. So
yeah.
basically, it didn't let me use it.
I'll upload the same badges that I've been using and then cross that bridge when we get to it.
And my emotes are they're enough of like my own spin on it that you can't really claim that as being yours.
Yeah.
I changed it so much that it's technically it's mine. So
That's where like if I get flagged, I'm sure Stelly would be happy to like stylize it, you know, like if there are any fishing rod, 1 month members in chat, maybe just draw the fishing rod not in the exact shape, but like you know what it is.
Similar.
just reverse
Similar.
the image.
Yeah.
No, that'd be too easy. Because like I like it how it's a clear upgrade. Anybody who knows anything about Pokemon sees a fishing rod and then a fish, and then you can just guess like, oh, okay, so the Milotic is clearly like a higher badge than even the shiny. Anybody who knows Pokemon would get that immediately. I don't like channels that have different colors for their badges. Like, how am I supposed to know what's better, a green or a blue? Like, am I gonna have to hover over your subs to figure out what's going on here?
Yeah.
added to wish list.
Donna and her donuts. That works.
These might-
Okay.
My donuts
Actually-
do work, actually.
Donuts?
I would do in my brain.
My
I think
sub
of like
badges
maybe
are
a
donuts.
half-eaten donut, and then a full donut, then a donut with frosting. Add the sprinkles.
But there's so many.
Speaking of hovering over something to find out about it, when you hover over, say, the wrench, for instance, on YouTube, does it show the like admin or moderator or whatever? It
Nope.
does.
Not for me.
No.
It does.
No.
It used to.
Yeah, I don't
It
even
just
see the
shows
membership
it's
stuff.
5/8 wrench.
And like if you look at like where Scooty just wrote and put a smiley face, if you hover that smiley face, the thing pops up, but it's
it doesn't.
underneath the previous comment.
Mm-hmm.
It cuts it off for me.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that?
YouTube is broke, confirmed.
What did they do? This has been this way for months and months now. But what did they do that changed that so that you can't even see what that emote is called?
You can't see people's channels anymore. Hate that.
Yeah,
by the way.
I think that's when it happened, actually.
Yeah, and then HP tiers as well. That's why like people have wanted me to add like a member tier that's like $1 or $2 just so they can have some kind of badge. But with Storm King runs, I can't see tiers unless I literally look you up from the member list, which can take a little bit per person. And it's that's just complicated. That's tough. But on Twitch you can see the tier and the member. Like you can pay more for your membership and then have nobody even know except for the streamer.
Yeah,
anyway,
like that right there. I can't hover over that Milotic and see how long I've had the membership, but I used to be able to.
An interesting thing, like on the Storm King runs with membership, I got asked today. It's like, well, why does Beast only help members with the Storm King? I was like, he would be helping people until the end of time.
Yeah.
I have to
time
tell
is
them
money.
A lot of subscribers.
Now it was days and hours and days and hours of us helping people. We literally could not help everyone.
Yeah.
It was exhausting, and then people would get upset because they would sign up on the list, and it would be 6 hours, if till their name was called, because there were so many
I had
people
complaining like, Beast, why don't you help me? I've been waiting for 8 hours. I'm like, the next in line's been waiting for 9. Grab a seat.
Take your tickets and wait at the DMV.
I talked about that with Skullz. Like, if gifted subscriptions are going to be kind of a thing on Twitch, which I expect them to be, I'm going to have to be in a mood where, like, all right, 5 members, I can take whoever is first. Like, like I cannot help. Even already, I've had streams where I just need to say no to YouTube members because I'm like, we've been doing it for 2 hours. There's at least 3 more of you who have more that. It's just too much.
I mean, that's what it was for me. That's what it's been for me, and like because I've been doing this because I'm the Storm King runner. That's what I do on my stream. That's like most of what I do. And what I found is like you have to put a cap on it. You say, okay, I'm gonna help these many people, and the rest of you, I'm sorry.
That's all you can do because I mean,
you get people on the list, and you're like, all right, I will help you guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even ask anymore. I hate her approach to this. Because HP always, I will happily help her anytime, but she always acts all like, oh, you're too busy, won't even help me. Well, you never even give me the chance. She never even gives me the chance to say no, as I obviously would, but if she doesn't ask, then what am I supposed to? I'm kidding. Of course I'd run it.
I totally understand where she's coming from, though, because I never ask or anything unless there's like, I'm here and there's a lull, and you're like, oh, nobody else wants to do it, and I'm like, oh, I need it.
What I've been doing recently, actually, is actually pretty fun. Like, Skullz and I were doing it the last time, where we had one member who needed to run. I'm like, okay, well, we have a slot. If there's any non-members who are high power level, need a weapon, join on in. And that was cool, because, I mean, we were gonna run it anyway, so it's nice to help a couple people. Oh, now she's taking my sarcasm as fact. Yeah, look at her go. Look at her go.
This is how it happens.
Yeah. She doesn't need weapons anyway, and she knows it.
Oh, hi, Griffin.
Oh, hi.
I haven't seen you in forever. Where were you?
Now that's
keeping me in calls all the time.
You never call me. Excuse me. This is why Why am I not included in these calls? Excuse me. I want to.
I don't think you want to be there for those.
I need an adult.
A lot of those calls are me playing Minecraft while Griffin sleeps.
Oh, okay.
Not the direction I was going with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much
more
better.
tame than I imagined.
Much more. It's much more wholesome.
Well, then you see what Griffin put in. I can't.
Oh no, I know exactly what Griffin was going to put in the chat.
Oh no, they did.
Everybody can see those words. I'm not. I'm not reading that. It's on the chat. You can see it down there in the bottom right.
I'm traumatized.
They're two
like to hear
adults.
me
We
play
don't need to
Minecraft?
pretend like we're surprised.
Hear me play Minecraft? You can hear me play Minecraft
adults?
plenty while watching Beast's videos on Minecraft with me in them.
There you go. Just loop the SIG parts.
Put it on loop.
I-
Just Sig talking about something in Minecraft. Do
Just
it.
me
Why not?
me in the background of Beast's video going, I fucking died again. You know?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know, Griffin. I'm not quite into that.
You can
Not
listen to
writing
me
down
play Sea of Thieves. Fucking skeletons.
No, I would
Play it-
totally hang
play
out.
Sea
I
of
would totally hang out with you, Rosa, while you played Sea of Thieves if you wanted.
Oh, we're still talking about.
If you were going to stream and you wanted somebody to hang out with you in the stream and
Mhm.
talk to you and stuff, I would totally hang out with you. I don't mind.
You should get Sea of Thieves.
I didn't mean play it.
Never mind too far. Griffin, you went more than far
Is
enough.
it on?
No. All right.
How
I
would?
saw that
how
game
would-
a couple
Too far. Too far.
You
Maybe
both
a
get
little
boned.
It would.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay,
Did
buddy.
you fuck the skeleton? Oh, come on. That's good. That's
How
good.
would that even work?
It's a.
The skeleton didn't have the guts to say it, so I had to.
All right.
All right.
I found that humorous.
You get the fuck out of
Is
here.
that a bone in his
That was a bone
Nice.
joke.
Well, no, I think Sig has a bone to pick with Beast after that.
My limit to that.
Skeleton walks into a bar, orders a drink and a mop.
So stupid.
Why? But that just made me really miss Disneyland. I mean, I know why, because if you've ever been to Disneyland and you've ever been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride,
Yeah.
there is a part of it that is a bar, and there is a skeleton drinking, and you could see it going through him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's one of the
Yeah,
best
that
scenes
was
in the
Disney.
movie. I loved that scene.
I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
movie.
no, it
I'm
is.
talking
I know.
about the ride.
Sorry,
the
I haven't
original.
been there.
You
Okay,
best-
I'm trying to relate.
You
to what
best
I-
start believing in ghost stories, because you're in.
Yeah. You best stop leaning in ghost
So
stories.
you mean Disneyland? Griffin,
You're
if
in
you want.
Guy walks into a bar. That's my
I
go-to
love-
every time.
Oh man.
Two guys walk into a bar and the third one ducks.
Oh, I love you,
Yeah.
Sig.
That's the best.
Oh, look, I'm using my
Griffin
California
Boober
Adventure
Frost,
Cup.
another
I didn't
person
even
don't
think
know.
about it.
Oh.
Speaking of Disneyland.
Oh, is Donna the moderator you don't know? I'm trying to count.
What? Who?
I don't know. Barry
What?
doesn't seem to know you, I think.
Barry?
Or
What?
Chriselle? Chriselle's
I
one of those,
mean-
like, technically a moderator, but is never around to moderate anything, so people forget he's a
Yeah.
moderator.
Hey.
He's too busy having a life and, like, a
It's
family
like-
or something.
Let me find someone to ban real quick now.
Just pick one.
Is Stallion the
She's
unknown
the
mod?
dumb.
So,
Oh,
Rosa, what's your favorite hiding spot in Sea of Thieves on somebody's ship?
I'm not much of a hider. I'm more of a I'm gonna firebomb your ship while laughing maniacally.
I can see it.
So
And
that's
then-
the type of person you are.
And then so I like to play nice. I try to alliance with everyone because then everyone gets more money, right? So I'm like, let's do an alliance. Let's do an alliance. And then when people are like,
Then you
no,
firebomb
then
them.
I get on their ship and I firebomb it. And in my like thickest possible Southern accent, I go, have you accepted our Lord and Savior, the Megalodon? While firebombing their ship.
I just watched on YouTube a clip that was recommended to me by YouTube of a ship chase that was happening, and the guy literally Jack Sparrowed his way out of it. Like he's
God.
being chased by someone, right?
Yeah.
And the point of view is in the follow ship, the one in the
Right.
back. He is actively chasing this guy, and the guy cuts around the edge of an island, and
Mhm.
as he comes into view again, he sees the ship, and the ship has no one on it. And he's like, "What the hell?" And he sees the guy on the shore, like just standing there. The ship is going away, just doing a big circle. The guy's like, "What the hell?" So he cuts a U-turn to try and come up on shore to get to the guy. By the time he gets there, dude is back on his ship, sailing the fuck away. It's like, What just happened there?
I was,
Totally Jack Sparrowed the shit out of him.
I was in a ship battle last night that really was kind of funny. I was on a sloop, which is the smallest boat, me and one other person. And we had an alliance with a galleon, which is 4 other people. It's the biggest ship. So we were the littlest ship, and this galleon we were like working with. And another sloop started fucking with me and my sloop, right?
Okay.
And they were trying to fight us, and we just wanted to finish. It was like the end of us playing. It was like 6:30 in the morning. We wanted to go to bed, and so we got on comms with the boat that we were aligned with, and we're like, we're gonna pull up to you. Let's just take this guy out. Like, let's just obliterate him. And they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this. And right. So that's what we did. This guy chased us all the way across the map as we like go to our alliance buddies. And like we pull behind them, like, because we're a little boat and they're this huge boat. So we pull our boat behind theirs, like, you know, a child hiding behind mom.
Yeah.
And and the galleon, the big boat, just starts firing on him big time. And he's like, the sloop that had been chasing us. I mean, to be fair, we blew him up first, so he had a reason to be mad.
Fair enough.
But we blew him up and stole his treasure. So I'm not saying it was unreasonable. It's a pirate game, right? But so what's funny is, so like we have our alliance fire on him, and he's just like, he's going down, and he's like screaming over comms and like typing in chat. He's like, I don't even have any treasure. Attack the other sloop. And we're like, dude, the galleon, we're aligned with them. Yeah. We're in Discord with these people. So I thought it was funny. Yeah, he was just
all
he
on
was
the main mast. Make ready the guns.
Yeah, we did sink him first, and we stole his treasure. Yeah. And he was butthurt about that. And I was just fan. But he just like took it above and beyond. Like we had, by the time we went to the galleon to like just end it, we had already sunk him like 3 times, and he just kept coming like back to us to like keep trying to take us. And he was like solo on the sloop, which you can solo a sloop, but
yeah,
we had 2 people on our sloop, and then like the whole other galleon.
Yeah,
and so. Yeah.
I've got the best.
I've added this game to my wish list.
See if
it sounds fun.
You should. It's on Game Pass too. On
Game Pass?
It's Xbox.
Xbox, yeah.
That's what Frost
I've got an
said.
Xbox 360, and that's it.
You don't even have to have an Xbox, because a lot of these games are on PC. I play on PC.
Oh, okay, like the Windows
Microsoft.
thing. Okay, if I open up this screen, I got rid of that.
But yeah, because I play on PC. I don't play on Xbox. But
yeah,
it's like I said, I've been recently obsessed with it. It's my middle of the night, I can't sleep game.
Yeah, it's fun. You can enjoy your life as a pirate in the middle of the night.
Arr. Yeah. Clark will come right here, and he does like a little dance, and he goes yar 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 yardy yardy yardy.
Funny.
And then so when I take potty breaks, I let him get on, and like I let him repair the ship if it needs repairs, and like scoop water out of the bottom, like cook fish. Like he can do all the basics. The only thing he really can't do is steer the boat.
You make your child do your bitch work?
I don't make him. I don't make him. And I'm not saying I don't allow him to steer the boat. He doesn't know how to. He likes to like fight the skeletons.
With you. I'm just messing with you.
Movies.
I know how capable Clark is at video games.
Right, that's true. Yeah. You've seen him blow up everything.
Yes. Clark is the child.
Yes, Clark is the child.
Or the cat.
But so if it's been a long time, he comes up and he goes, "Mom, do you need to go potty?"
He wants you to take a break so he can use some water.
Do I get a long term? Do you need to go potty?
My
Thanks.
niece saw me playing Minecraft one time, and she calls it Minecraft. So yeah, she
Oh, that's
got
cute.
real excited about that, and she wanted to only play with the pink colored blocks, like the pink glass, pink wool, all the other ones.
Clark enjoys dumping water and then fish onto things, and then killing all the fish.
Yeah.
And while he screams "die fishes," which sounds like he's saying "die bitches,"
Mm-hmm.
and
Of course.
and then he likes to dump lava on everything,
Sure.
and then cry that the things people have made him are broke.
Oh,
But did he?
probably
What?
covered in lava.
How did he respond to the stormtrooper?
I think he was really excited about it. I don't remember specifically, but I think he like screamed Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the
Let's
best
see.
response. So
That's the best. Yeah, just screaming.
He
Star
hasn't
Wars.
played in
Yeah.
forever. No one's hit us up. You guys, if you guys want to play, you guys that I am talking to, if you guys want to play Minecraft,
Everybody in
Clark.
chat, just take a sigh.
I know. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, you don't want to get our hopes up. Not that easily.
Certain people, but like this is my kid, so I'm really picky. Like,
yeah, of course.
My sister never did follow up
it
with me on
Bedrock
playing
Edition?
Minecraft.
Or
well, if your sister wants to play with Clark, let her know that there's an adorable 5-year-old who will teach her how to play.
Wow,
Clark
that
is
takes a lot
so
of load
bossy.
off of me.
Anyone who's played with him, he's super bossy. He will tell her how to do things. He'll tell her how to put down blocks and how to fight not skeletons. Well, there is skeletons, but how to. He'll tell her how to open the inventory and how to get to the search bar, and then he'll ask her how to spell words so that he can look things up.
Imagine your teacher asking you how to spell the things he's trying to teach you about.
How do you spell bet? Okay, B-E-D. Okay.
So this.
That's what would happen. That's exactly what would happen.
Wow. That's good. That would be hilarious.
If this thing will fucking load.
Oh god, I
Yeah.
sent you I sent you a good one for the
I don't know if we
best
can
pirate
watch
I've ever
that.
seen. Oh, because well, I mean, it is copyrighted, probably
Oh,
visual and
yeah.
music.
I do want to
That's like
watch that
the-
though.
main
You
theme of it.
can maybe mute it and watch it, watch it on your side.
I was watching the "Love You Like Love" song by Selena Gomez clip just for a video intro, and then the visuals alone were copyrighted. I was like, "Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?"
that's cool.
Oh yeah, and here's the trooper in case anybody was.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, I've been
That's insane.
dying for this
God damn.
stupid thing. That's from down at bedrock all the way up to almost to
Yeah.
right at build limit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to build it into the sea floor with
I made the pixel art
printer?
Captain America.
It's very cute.
Excellent work.
Yeah.
It
Thanks.
fit right into like some sort of indie video game platformer thing.
yeah.
I
That
can
thing,
Yeah, when you
it's crazy how big that stupid thing is, and it's solid.
when you
it's
said
not
you
it's
made
not
a
a hollow
stormtrooper?
structure.
Mhm.
I was picturing like the Captain America thing. I didn't know
Oh, you're
made
talking
it-
about a pixel
made
art.
it
Right.
3D.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know
Okay,
you made 3D. Like
Slow down a bit. I didn't make that. Someone else built
They
that. I
loaded it in.
copied it
Yeah.
and pasted it into that world. And it took
Oh.
me like 3.5 hours of fucking pasting that thing in.
With nobody else on the server. He got on when
I was
with
alone
nobody
on
else
that
the
server.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And that
That's
fucker
awesome.
kept crashing because of fucking printer mode sending
Too
so
big.
many commands.
Yeah.
Tends to be how that goes.
Side note, thanks
Yeah.
again for Clark's Creative Search.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
We don't play it all the time, but we really appreciate it.
I am so out of touch with Minecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, we
However.
Me
we
too.
are old Minecraft players who are used to the game being, I don't know, different.
There's some new nether blocks and stuff that Mr. Crushell here is super
Yeah.
excited about.
Pool Boy saying
Yeah.
he needs a Minecraft
That's fun.
stream soon. I'm like, I don't. There's nothing I would want to do that can happen in a single stream.
Well, I mean, we
Minecraft is
could
like
go
a way of
exploring in the
life for
nether
me.
and see the new biomes and crap they added in.
Sure.
You could play with Clark.
Yeah.
You could... I feel like that would be a real switch up from
I
your
love
content.
kids.
I know. That's what would make it funny.
That sounds
You hate
great.
kids. Like, not to sound like every mom ever, but I feel like my kid is a little bit different, especially when it comes to games, because he's not obnoxious, because I don't let him be that asshole. He's a little bossy, but that's like kid shit anyways.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna scream "re" into your ear.
Babysitting mission accepted.
Yeah, I can't even say the same for my niece. She's pretty obnoxious.
No,
I can
no, like,
handle being around her in like 10-minute increments. And that's my family though. But yeah, it's
Is
just,
it punching trees? His kids are great with playing Minecraft and stuff.
uh-huh.
They play on like tablets and stuff like that, but they're really cool kids about it.
no, what I think would be funny is like if you were to have someone babysit Clark, it's like, all right, strange question, do you play Minecraft?
So there was this one time I was trying to get stuff done around the house, and Ira played Minecraft with him for like an hour and a half. And I just I put like a headphone in and like listened to them in Discord while I was like I needed to do like, you know, domestic shit. I needed to like get laundry done. I needed to get dishes done and whatnot. So Clark got on his computer and he got on Discord, and Ira was in Discord with him, and it was so cute because he only ever called her friend. Friend, where are you? Friend,
The yellow
come
one.
here. Yes, yes, the yellow friend.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Beast is so unenthused by this. All right, let me be excited that my kid was fucking adorable. This is all I care about Minecraft, all right?
Every time I log onto Minecraft, I see all those big projects that I was not a part of, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, I don't know. It's so.
Welcome to 90% of my Minerva experience.
I know. And I don't feel bad about it either. I've always explained like Minecraft was like a second life for me. And I've been doing pretty good. I don't need that second life.
That's why I was so hardcore about building my own damn farms a couple times on, you know, the
That's how I am too, because everyone does like the super automated stuff. And when I do play, I like literally the most simple basic shit.
Oh, no.
I like my
I wasn't
rainbow
going for
sheep.
simple basic.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know I had a hand in doing something.
And I was going for like all of my. I am heavy into those big projects, but I cannot get those done and maintain the life that I'm enjoying. I would have to sell a huge amount of my free time to Minecraft that I'm not really interested in giving up.
That's exactly what would happen. Here, take my baby and punch some trees. Yep.
Yeah,
I would 100. If Sig was closer, he would have probably already babysat for me like a dozen times.
Like in home, like come hang out there.
Yeah. If you were closer, I'd be like, "Hey Sig, I want to go out. Can you come hang out?"
Yeah,
you can use my computer.
You can hear the keys like you're not even off the phone yet.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
No, you just hear frantic typing. Cause Sig just pauses and is like, wait, so you're telling me a better computer and good internet?
Yeah.
Right.
Sign him up.
You can bring yours, download everything you need to download. It's fine.
Yeah, Kershell.
Hell, I've even got a spare laptop. We could all play.
Perfect.
So what are we looking at here, Kershell?
Okay, this is it's a piglin trading hall of sorts in Minecraft. Go figure. Because that's what we're talking about currently. But yeah, basically it's got like these little shulker box loader things, and then below that is like a shulker box crafting system, and it was fun to make.
To unbreak everybody's mind just for a little bit, each one of these modules seems identical to me. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on frame here.
I mean,
so once you know that's going on, it's a little less mind breaky, but wow, those.
And there's 4 more to the left side.
Yeah.
So. And every block that isn't glass or gold or a chest, it's all the new nether blocks basically.
I feel like that's an important thing to mention. How like basically every farm, it's like, how did you possibly make something so big? It's not. It's something that's very small. Copied 100 times.
I got a video comment on a comment on an old video about one of my storage rooms. They're like, please make a tutorial for this. I'm like, you could just take a screenshot and then build it as far back as you want. It's all the same thing, just repeated a bunch. That's what tileable is. There's
that's
no
the
tutorial
point.
I could even do for this.
Yeah,
It's like-
just show one single slice.
Yeah, I used to have to be careful with my old videos because depending on the design, you could just copy it from the thumbnail. So you got to give them a reason to click. And Sig's done
Makes
that.
sense.
He's like, I just need a... Oh, perfect. And just pauses on the video.
Yeah. Oh, I have, absolutely.
Doesn't even click the video.
You're like, oh, just scroll through videos until I find the part I need and go, oh, there it is, and pause there.
No, that's what I'm talking
Move
about.
on.
Is not even clicking it, just the thumbnail. Like, oh, sure, that's exactly
Yeah,
what I
I've
need.
I've seen those thumbnails too. I've used thumbnails to build doors in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, that's how that redstone went. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, and that's it.
And that's why, like, mentally, I still love Minecraft. I am all in to that kind of stuff. But the last time I got crazy into it, I spent 50 hours on a potion lab. That's a lot of time spent on something
Good
that
video.
I did make a video. Nobody watched it, so
I watched it.
Sorry,
Well,
less than 1,000
nobody
people
else.
watched it, so that was a good use of my time. Yeah.
Okay, here's a widened view.
I feel like
a little
Minecraft
bit,
is the
it's-
kind of game I'll pick up when I'm, financially secured with tons of free time and ready to just dive back into that game fully.
Yeah.
Right
And
now, that is
it's
not
the
the
type
case.
of thing where it's like, it's the type of game you play when you really like this, where you don't really care about how many viewers you get, because it's like it's not going to be the most popular stream if you did Minecraft.
Not initially.
Yeah, it's a lot of time, but
Yeah.
Minecraft
if
has
it's
way
what
more
you wanna
potential
do,
than
it's-
Fortnite, and I think long run it could be a better game for the channel if I wanted to go that route. But I don't.
Yeah.
I like Fortnite.
Minecraft isn't. It's incredibly open ended, which depending on how you see it, can either be a scary thing or thank you for the freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Minecraft is it's too much I want to do. Too much I want to do.
Makes sense.
Oh,
I
did we
mean,
tell her she's muted?
I just
or-
want to be
damn
a
it.
simple farmer.
Nope,
I just
she's
want to
I
be a
started-
simple
I started to
technician that
talk
makes
and then
my
I
farms
realized.
farm for me.
No, I've been watching like
Love
Dream
Redstone.
recently, and I've really been enjoying his content. It's like that's the kind of stuff that I never did in Minecraft, but it's pretty cool.
wait, who?
Like the Minecraft
Dream.
manhunts. The Minecraft manhunts.
Oh, I actually watched that video after you guys
Yeah.
recommended it. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
It sounds
I
like a
was-
lot of fun.
just to watch him like do that one little trick move that he did where he jumped off the ledge and then threw the ender pearl
Through
at
the
the very
pearl back?
end.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. I wasn't expecting it to be like that.
But
Like,
it's
You guys
like
ever
that
want to
clip.
do that? We got to get
Yeah.
Punchy in here, and we
Yes.
could all try to kill Punchy
Yeah.
because Punchy is a god at PvP.
All right.
You want to
Challenge
see
accepted.
And
something
hell, we
really
could do
funny?
it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We did hide and seek
Yeah.
at the not Mineropolis.
I mean, Choo Choo, you're really good at bed wars and shit like that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, so we could all hunt you.
Yeah. All right.
He has to be very
Awesome.
careful with his
Just
answer.
a couple of us, 3 of us, chasing you down to try to kill you, and you trying to kill us.
Yeah.
That's something
I
I
could see
could
that
do. Is like
Because I suck at PvP, so it'd be fun.
I
Yeah.
could pick up the showcase videos again. That I would like to
Yeah.
do. Just a few
be
minutes
nice.
flying around builds that we made. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of builds never, like the Ruby Center for example, never actually got one overview. We built it over like 20 series, and then I showed it in like dozens of videos, so it never was needed. But nowadays it'd be like, yo, by the way, hey, to the 30,000 people who don't know that I used to do this, we did this really cool thing a few years ago, and make a video on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, season 4 is the first time ever that I've really used a creative world to like build something to build into the survival world, like to
Mhm.
plan out things. So I'm more proud of my build right now on season 4 than I ever have been, really.
You know you're in
Yeah.
deep
And I've had
when
help from other people.
That's necessary.
I think I need to
Well,
stop.
I had help from other people picking out like a block palette and how to build this certain
Yeah.
thing with the right shapes and stuff. You know, because
what I
I'm not
mean.
very good at it.
No,
But
like when
I
you're
want to learn. I want to
testing
get
and
better.
creative, you know you've tackled quite the project. And it's like, okay, this is gonna take
Yeah.
some proper planning. Fuck yeah.
The problem right now that I'm facing is I've got it mostly built in creative, and I can't motivate myself to keep building on it in survival most of the time. And I get distracted pretty easily too because of other things going on the server with other people.
I am the queen of distracted. I understand.
Oh, that's why I get so mad at people in Skyblock when we play Skyblock together. I'm like, get off my island. Get off my island. I don't care about your sword. Get off my island.
Here's
I don't care.
Please let me show you.
Here's what I think is the cool part about like these type of Minecraft things that we can do. Like great example, we did hide and seek in the slime harbor like for hours.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean it was so fun, but it's this kind of thing where like we have maps, we have worlds that we can play in and do stuff and explore. Where we go in, we're not like doing anything. We're not making the world anymore. We're just living in it and having some fun.
Yeah. Just running around screwing off.
I think I have that world downloaded.
Seems like a massive time sink.
Okay, Sheryl Crow, calm down.
What else is gaming, Torek, if it's not a massive time sink that's really enjoyable?
Because people, like, especially in Fortnite, I've seen this in my bit of commentary here, where people get like so wrapped up in like, what are they doing? What's the something to do here? And it's like you're just playing the game.
Right. You just enjoy it.
What I always used to think of was like the hours and hours and hours you'd spend on Minecraft it feels like a waste, but that's like the same hours and hours and hours I used to play on Call of Duty, except that at Minecraft I had something really cool to show at the end of it.
Anyone who, when criticizing a game, goes, well, what do you even do in it, does not understand gaming.
No.
You have fun, and if it's not your genre, then it's not your genre.
Pick a different genre. Yeah.
Right.
I've been playing a game recently that I've had to deal with that a lot. Elite Dangerous. You may have heard of it.
Never heard.
And it's like this space game where it's like you can have a ship and you can upgrade your ship and get new ships and you can go do things in space. So bounty hunting, trading, exploring, transporting passengers. You can do all these really cool things that basically fit into, well, what if Star Wars, like what if like Han Solo from Star Wars, what if you could be him? And that for me was a really cool fantasy, and like it's very, very immersive to me. But I understand for other people, it's like, what are you doing? It's like I'm just doing this, I'm just doing my thing.
That's how I feel. A lot of people feel about like D&D. Well, what do you even do? It's a role play game. Yeah. Well, what do you do? Anything you want to. That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, I
hang out with my friends.
I've been doing role play for like 9 months now.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Yeah, and then more than that, it's like I started doing D&D actually last Saturday, and we had like a 6-hour session where it's like, what were you doing? It's like, if you were to ask what you were doing, it's like, that's not even a question. It's just playing my character.
You're playing the game.
I'm playing my character because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like I was watching a movie. It's like, okay, what were you doing? What do you mean I was living vicariously in a? But what were you doing? Like, I was watching a movie. What do you want from me?
What do you mean? I'm writing. I'm writing a story.
I feel like the same people that have that mentality are also the same people that are like, what's the point of reading?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't know.
So obviously you don't have that inner eye. You have no imagination.
Oh.
Just go ahead and say that.
Oh boy.
And I'm not saying you need to read a million books a year, but to say that you hate reading,
I've noticed more and more and more, and I sound like a fucking boomer or whatever because I say it, but I've noticed more and more the younger generations being proud of the fact that they refuse to
read or do.
And I don't get that. I will never understand that.
It's not just
I read all the time. It's mostly on the internet, though.
It's reading. It's also stuff like the cooking. I've seen people they wear around as a badge of honor the fact that they suck at cooking or suck at math or this or that or the other thing.
Yeah.
Or somehow
and that's just sad to me.
It somehow became a good thing among mostly teenagers. When I have found in my own experience, though, in middle school and high school, you are not allowed to be good at something. You are not allowed to be good.
You're not allowed. Yep.
If you if what I mean by that is a bunch of you probably understand. If you don't understand, it's like if you're good at something, people will shoot you down. probably internally because they're not good at it.
So I've seen that in like the rest of the country, and it was really startling to me several years ago now, actually, when my little brother came to live with me, and he was in high school, and I'm 6-7 years older than him, so it's not like a huge age gap, but big enough, and like he completely kind of changed because in the Bay Area, California Bay Area, where I'm from. Differences were really celebrated. Everyone like wore like really funky clothes. It was in style to like have like the little kid backpacks because everyone then had like different backpacks, like Dora the Explorer, Thomas, like whatever you liked, whatever color scheme you liked, like that was cool. And not even like cool, like everyone was okay with it. You didn't get picked on for looking different. Like I used to buy like cheap white sneakers from Payless and then like draw on them with like fabric markers, and people on the train would be like, yo, those are sick, can I buy a pair? And I was like, they're actually my only shoes, so no. But thank you for the compliment.
You one in stock and I'm wearing them,
and now you're
doing thank you. Right, that is true. I do. I guess I'm more creative than I realized. But anyways, so like that's where we came from. And then when he came to live with me, we lived in Southern California. And when he started school, he was like, oh, can you take me to the store so I can get a plain backpack? Oh, I need he had like funky color folders and binders and stuff and like stuff that had been drawn on. And he drew back from that because in other parts of the country, like that's not, differences aren't celebrated. And like that was really like a culture shock for me, as much as it was for him, because like I said, I was so funky in high school and I was never picked on it. Like I'm still funky. But like my go-to like fashion in high school was either like a t-shirt or a tank top, a jean pleated skirt, and then mismatched rainbow socks.
Like, how do you mismatch rainbow?
I was about to ask.
They'd be different shades. So there'd be they'd be different rainbow patterns. So like one would be like actually rainbow, and then the other would be like shades of pinks and purples. Yeah, exactly. Or like one would have like monkeys on it, and the other would have like dolphins on it. Like that was. I mean, I'm sure that is not surprising to anyone looking at me.
We had
looking at me, I'm sure that surprises no one.
What kind of high school did you go to?
Me?
Having a dress code. What?
Oh yeah. It was. We could only
uniforms?
wear red, white, or black polo shirts and khakis, and a belt.
So what you're getting at here is they took the old joke of what's black and white and red all over and made it your high school.
Honestly. We were the Longhorns, and that was
school uniforms. Never made any sense.
Here's what I will say.
I went to a normal high school where you wore just normal clothes. You could wear whatever you want.
I'll tell you, like the last year that my brother was in, he's my younger brother. They removed the dress code, so he could wear whatever he wants. So we missed out on that entirely.
I hate when they call uniforms dress code, because when I enrolled Clark for pre-K. And I was in the office, I saw a little pamphlet on like the dress code, and like it had pictures of what was acceptable. And I like picked it up and I casually was like, oh, I need to get him uniforms. Like I was not complaining about it. I was not making a fuss. I just factually was like, oh, I got to go get him some uniforms.
This is a thing.
And the office lady was like, it's not a uniform. It's a dress code. He has to wear a solid color polo with no brand marks. He has to wear khaki, black, or navy blue pants. My 4-year-old, mind you, I had to find where they sell toddler size uniform. But like I said, I wasn't even bitching about it. I was just like, oh, I gotta get him uniforms. And she was like, it's not a uniform, it's a dress code. No.
It's a weird thing to argue about.
Sounds like a Karen.
Uniform. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like every time they do that, they want to have a certain appearance for the school or whatever. And I feel like in an education environment, that's just not the place for that. You're robbing these kids of their...
I've self-expression.
It's actually funny to me.
Expression.
It's actually funny to me that we got into the conversation of uniforms and dress code and whatnot, because I sent Beast a clip from a movie last night that I watched this movie, and in that movie, one of the characters is a Texas Ranger, and he's wearing like the white cowboy hat, the button down like khaki colored shirt, and the jeans. No, similar style, yeah, but. He's sitting there at his desk doing something, and the other guy walks in to talk to him, and he looks over at him and he goes, "How come you're always dressed like me?" And he goes, "Because we have a uniform." It was just such a weird interaction.
I don't think I got this clip.
That wasn't the clip, but the clip is from that same movie. It's the two guys that are sitting there in the diner in that movie.
One of my favorite jokes I like to make in the Army was like when all of us were like waking up in the morning, going to our little formations and such, and I just like looked down at my friend, looked back up at him, and it's like one of us has to change as we're all wearing the exact uniform.
Were the name tapes still Velcro when you were in?
So stupid.
Yeah. Although I got mine sewn on my uniforms because I was.
Did you ever switch name tapes while in formation just to be funny?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if that was a me thing or if other people did that. We used to do that all the time.
Yeah, like rip your name tape off and all that sort of stuff. A name tape basically is like a little Velcro like
with your name on
patch with your name on it, and that goes on the Velcro area for it. And you can't be named U.S. Army and then
right, and then the rank comes off too, and your unit patches, so you could just like.
And sometimes they snag on other people's uniforms, so sometimes you're walking around perfectly fine, and then you realize your flag's missing, and then someone starts yelling at you for no reason.
But mostly alleviated by literally just turning my computer around, because like the cables, it was natural that the cables were all right. You can see that here. Cables, like normally, like the cables are back here, but and the front of the computer was up here. And so like I'm out here and I'm doing whatever. But like I turned it around, and then instead of the heat venting behind my monitor and then directly into my face, it now vents out the door. So now all of a sudden,
are you gonna buy those pencil clip-ins?
I was thinking about it. That'd be fun.
You should totally
and it says
do
it's
that.
on sale with honey, so I'm not sponsored.
I saw that too. I saw that, and they're only, and it's for like the whole rainbow pack is $10. I feel like if you aren't hurting, you should.
I should. That'd be a fun.
But don't it's secret, and then you could just surprise everyone when you let your hair down next week.
Yeah. And I mean, I could say it's like for my wife, but like secretly when she's not around during podcast time, they're gonna be for me.
You can just get it for yourself anyway. Why do you have to say it's for your wife?
Yeah, I don't know why it has to be for your wife.
Purchase it, and then she'll be like, "Oh, look, this hair thing that looks like it's for me because she's the one that wears hair like extensions and such." That's something that like she would normally get in a regular week.
Like, it's a gag gift. It's like, we know. No, it's for you.
Yeah.
It kind of looks scary in the dark. It's just a candle. That's just a normal look when she's like making her plans at the end of the day.
She's gonna start singing "Those Poor Unfortunate Souls" anytime now.
Don't tempt me.
Oh no.
Skullz, how was your week?
Speaking of Ursula,
Oh, not bad. You know.
I know I've been talking.
No, I'm trying to initiate Skullz a bit here.
Isn't that terrifying?
I kind of just been like sitting back listening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I took my Adderall right before stream, so I'm
that's good.
really focused.
No, it's good.
Yes.
I'm glad you guys are all very talkative because I haven't been as much. I'm sorry.
You did just wake up right before stream though, too. So
it was.
I figured you needed a moment to get acclimated.
Yeah.
That's a normal.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, we're back up.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing where you have to make a spot for yourself.
Yeah, I know. Been trying to like cut in and interject and put myself in the conversation.
Yeah.
But it's tough sometimes when there's
What's
so
your
many
sleep
people.
pattern like?
So
right
Mine, it's absolutely terrible. So literally right before the thing started, my I was watching something when I went to bed, and so my audio was going through my TV, and it was just like I heard it bring. Who the fuck is calling me? And then
Oh God.
I was like, oh
yeah.
it's a podcast. I totally forgot we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, let me wake up and do that thing.
My God. No, we called like minutes before the show.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it happens, and it works out every time. So we've never had problems with that. And so even like a little roll call, so it works out.
Yeah, normally we only call like 5 minutes before. I called 10 minutes before because I was trying to get shit done before the show, and I knew I'd be in my seat before then. But I wanted to get the call started because like the cameras move around and whatnot, and I didn't want to mess that up. I wanted Beast to have time to do that while I was like getting my water and my snacks and going potty, and like if you give us a Rosa a cookie.
I try to time it because if I get everybody's camera position and name correct too soon before the show, there's this limbo of like 2 to 3 minutes that will inevitably end up in us talking about something that should be reserved for the show. And so I try to call with, I think we nailed it today. I finished just soon enough to the start time to where we got going right away, pretty much.
Yeah, that started.
I've had my own video on that potion lab just playing silently this whole time, and the nostalgia is hitting like a truck. There is so much circuitry in this thing, and I
so
love
funny
it.
with that gun. I have one of those.
I want to get this stupid fly.
Oh, I'm gonna go
Wait,
get
you're
mine
using
so I
it?
can show you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get mine so I can show
hang
you.
out there, and I want to.
That's a salt shooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got him.
You are so funny, Chriselle. I love you so much.
Wait, that's
I
not a
feel
Nerf
like-
gun?
Especially since
No,
you-
it's just it shoots salt.
especially since you don't want kids, I feel like you would be the best uncle. Do you have siblings with kids?
I do.
Yeah, I got one too.
I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have a brother with 2 kids. He's my younger brother, and yeah, he's.
I feel
he's
like
down
you're
in,
literally
like,
the best
San
uncle.
Antonio. I try. I also never see them, so that's a little sad.
There's a
No,
I'd
he
like
is-
to see them more.
He is the
but
cool uncle.
yeah,
Michelle is the cool uncle.
I have to be the cool uncle for myself.
a stupid meme in Discord about you being transported back into time into the middle of a war, and they're thanks, you're just in time to join us in this great salt war. And they're like, what? You're fighting over table salt? And he's like, why do you call it that? And then just silence. Why do you call it that? Shit. That's an interesting part of history where like salt has like a lot of lives have gone to fighting over salt, and nowadays we gotten pretty good at acquiring it.
Hold up. I have
If you
to,
could go back in time and during the Salt War, I think you could solve it pretty quick by like making a giant flat area and then just filling it with ocean water with
God.
like some sort of Archimedes screw, and then you can behold your fields of salt
Oh.
and just have a grand old time. 'Cause that's the first
Hold
thing.
up. Hold
would
up.
be done.
I'm pasting this in because
Oh, no.
because this is funny to read.
Salt
Oh,
fields are
take that.
creepy in real life.
that's a
There's
fucking
some in
words.
California.
What
Oh
did
yeah,
you
they
put
are
here?
kind
I'm
of
not
creepy.
reading all that. Holy
Like they're just
shit.
like, what is
it
going
looks
on?
desolate.
Yeah,
Oh, what are we
It's
looking
choo-choo,
at?
just copy pasting a block of text.
Yes.
that's why.
Why?
Stop.
I'm not.
That's like a
Not
whole
during.
book.
No.
It's
That's-
it's
Yeah, I
the,
like reading, but not that
it's,
much.
it's the
Holy.
salt. I'll put the shorter version.
There's a
There's a shorter version, and you didn't choose that first.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Let me just give him.
What
Why
the
don't
hell?
you just give us a synopsis here? What's the rundown?
oh God, I have to.
I shared the
turned on
long version if anybody wants to pause that.
myself.
No, anyway.
Yeah. Back to table salt.
Hmm.
Anyways.
Yeah, table salt's
Oh,
one of those
I
ways
actually-
that humans have mostly beat nature in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean it's primarily like a preservative that could. I don't know that much about it actually.
That's how they used to like keep the meats fresh way back in the day because they didn't have refrigerators. They just cover everything in salt.
If
Yeah.
I'm not
It's not how
mistaken,
they
that's why
kept it fresh. It's how they kept it from not
No,
being
they
rotten.
preserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
preserved it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
They dried it
Sorry.
out. What?
If I'm not mistaken, that's why spices got so popular, was making rotten meat not taste rotten.
Yeah.
Because rotten meat's edible.
this- yeah,
It's
that'll do
not
it.
recommended, but
Alright.
it's edible.
I thought this
there you
past
go.
one was your 30th, not your 31st.
All right, I posted
No,
the short. I
31st.
posted the one message version into Bill Clinton's. And
I
Oh,
think
good. That's a channel I can
I was
show.
born in '89. Someone do the
Yeah.
math. How old am I?
31st. Yeah, 31st.
20.
31.
Yeah.
What are we
Mhm.
talking about?
Wow. So
Uh,
you
For
have up to
age.
27.
I thought for sure that this
That's
most
crazy.
recent birthday was 30,
Donna's
but I
age?
guess I might have just. I guess I might have just skipped completely over 31 happening because I was more focused on the fact that it was Clark's birthday for us to
Yeah,
sing
no.
happy birthday and all that.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, I remember that.
that's right.
No,
that was
that's
fun.
how every birthday has been since the day I gave birth to him. So his literal day
birthday
of
feast.
birth.
Yeah.
Everyone, it was just all about him. Who, whatever.
You made it
like,
about him. You
right.
wanted us to sing to him.
No. I meant the day I gave birth to him. I was being
I know.
sarcastic.
Um,
Little
But
birthday
yeah, so-
thief.
salt. The whole thing with salt is, it preserved meat because it does draw out the water, which is known as desiccation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And desiccation
It just
is
turns it into
removing the water
jerky.
from something which doesn't allow for bacteria to survive in that environment
Yeah.
That's clever.
because bacteria needs water.
And that's
That's
where
some-
smokers came in too.
That's some
So you would
old
either
time
smoke
smoking-
it or you would smoke it.
tech. Ooh.
Smoking meat was
I could
was
go
a
It was
for
a
good
smoked
way of preserving
ribs.
preservation. Yeah. What
smoked
is that
ribs.
face for?
You're making me hungry. I want some smoked
Oh.
ribs
That
now.
sounds really good.
Fries.
I think I'll have some barbecue. or something.
I'd go for some food myself.
My,
actually.
My old boss used to take big, nice, beautiful chunks of like fresh tuna and smoke
Yeah.
them, and then break that down into like a paste and mix it with mayonnaise and seasonings and stuff, and make like a fish pate type thing to put on crackers and
Mm.
shit. Some of
So
the best
I-
shit you ever eat.
I didn't have lunch, and now you're gonna make me really want to.
My
Smoking meat
husband
does
made
nothing
me a
else.
chicken marinara sandwich.
Makes it so flies don't want to lay eggs in it. Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I just
When I
want
worked
to
at the deer,
flies laying eggs
feed
in
their
food
families.
when I worked
No,
at the
but-
deer processing place, people wanted us to preserve the hides for them to be able to use for taxidermy and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we used to just layer them in barrels full of salt to store them until hunters came back to collect them, or they got sent off to the taxidermist and stuff, because that would preserve them from being damaged by the moisture. They wouldn't rot, which is
Yeah.
gross. Rotting
Fair.
deer meat is not
I
not
am-
a fun smell.
I am so afraid of rotten food. Like, this is a big reason that I'm like, there's only certain leftovers I will eat.
Yeah.
Were you-
Because I'm
did you-
like, oh,
Did you
no.
have the dad? Did you have the dad that would have the block of cheese and there'd be some mold on it, and he'd be like, "Just cut that part off."
My grandmother
He
like
pulled
that.
a
Nope.
bag of bread out of the freezer that had been in the back of the freezer for like 10 fucking years. And he's like, it's fine. And I was like, absolutely fucking not.
Was it just
Nope.
like a block of ice?
We're not
But
exaggerating. 10 years?
I am not I wish I was exaggerating.
I got this at Aldi 10 years ago.
That's
No, even
awful.
It's
even vacuum sealing something, I'm not a fan of anything more than a couple of years in
Yeah.
the freezer, vacuum sealed.
Although, apparently, like when they were excavating this one woolly mammoth, these scientists or whatever, they found out that the meat was still good on it
What?
after
They
so many
ate it?
years.
Well, there was a mammoth that was brought up in a block of ice from the ice age or whatever. It had
Those
died
dudes-
from freezing to death,
Ate it.
and yeah,
All right.
Did they eat it?
I know that eating a woolly mammoth is
Yeah.
cool and all, but Benz, your grandparents
I-
crashed into a house today?
Why?
I'm sorry, what?
Are they okay?
Are
You
they
want to
okay?
come on the show? I'll back out of the call. Well,
Wait,
what?
Uh, w-
I need to hear this.
Choo choo, go away. So Ben,
but
Yeah,
it
we'll
might
see it,
it might not be something to laugh about, Beast.
Oh, I don't know. That just sounds absurd. That's why I'm.
No, I was kidding. Choo choo,
Back
come
here.
back. I was
He's
teasing.
trolling.
Oh,
No, that sounds really bad.
The
in
real
every
question.
way.
The real question is:
how
was
did
there
that
any injuries? Was there any
Yeah, they good?
fatalities? Like, what's happened here? You didn't
Yeah.
give us any real good information.
Are
I'm
they?
half sick
Back to
now.
the garage,
back
and
out the
apparently the
garage
car
and-
started to move on its own. Oh no.
Forget to put it in park.
I mean, I see. No, I'm good. Okay.
I have unfortunately seen that happen with elderly people. I was
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I was-
Are they all right though?
yeah. Are they
That's
okay?
that's the main question. Are
Yeah,
they
that's
okay?
scary. They can't stop the car.
Yeah.
You get old cars that don't have the best brake mechanisms.
Car started back up on its own at a fast pace. Oh, it started accelerating, and they're fine.
Okay,
They're fine. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Whew.
Okay, cool. As long as they're okay.
Yeah,
I
we
had my brakes fail at a stop sign one time. I got in a
That
wreck.
happened twice.
My great
near
aunt
me.
got into a car accident and she wasn't so lucky.
I mean, that's literally like that's one of the traditional car nightmares. So you're driving somewhere and you slam on the brakes and then nothing happens.
Right.
That happened when I was driving down to Houston during like hurricane relief stuff during Hurricane Harvey. And I was driving an LMTV, which is like one of the giant army trucks, and my pneumatic brakes gave out. So I just barreled through a stop sign in this giant truck because I couldn't stop the vehicle. And I had to rely on my trailer's brakes to stop it. So those were skidding
At
along
least in a
behind me.
vehicle like that, you're more nervous for everybody else than yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was going to be fine no matter
So
what.
he's essentially in a
They make
tank.
you wear helmets
Yeah.
to drive that too, right?
This thing looks like.
I would love to see that.
It's like he'll be all
Yeah,
right.
you can probably search it. Just look up LMTV.
Yeah, imagine an up armored Mack truck.
That means
Yeah.
nothing
That's
to me.
basically what that is, right, Kershell?
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
you know what
goodness.
you know what an 18 wheeler is. You know what a
Yeah,
Mack
it's just
truck
a-
is.
These things are
Trailer.
real.
Yeah,
Um,
I've driven them lots of times.
was
Yeah.
it like armor plated military
Oh,
version?
yeah, they up armor it. Yeah.
Specifically wasn't armor plated, just because sometimes they aren't.
But it's still much larger and much heavier duty than your
Yeah,
regular just
I mean,
truck.
if it gets
Yeah.
ran into, it's going to be fine. I
Yeah.
mean, those are
Yeah,
meant to
I'm
have
telling you for
explosions
sure.
happen next to them.
If you run into it, it's fine. Because that's what I hit with my SUV.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Trust me, your
Total
Prius is not
bastard.
putting a dent in this thing.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, neither of our vehicles were really hurt. Both of our mirrors just smashed off.
Yeah. And they have like normally a whole little pile of mirrors back in the armory
Right.
supply area that
Right. I don't think they ever filed with my
Replace them.
insurance either.
Yeah.
Like they took it all down, and I was like, they're just gonna go back to the shop and bolt
if you know the
something.
supply
on.
guy enough, they'll just like, yeah, sure, man, take a mirror.
How does that
Don't
go,
tell the
Rochelle? If you can't
Like
stop
they
it,
could
what's
blame
the
that on
procedure?
anything.
Oh no, I used my
Oh, right.
trailer's brakes to like
Yeah.
skid
Imagine
to
you
a stop.
Pulled it
Fortunately, yeah, I was able to like steer it over and then just shut it off, and then like we put little blocks underneath of it so it didn't move anywhere. And then fortunately we had like the maintenance truck, which is about the same size but it has a giant crane on it.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
It's a boom
But-
truck, right?
Yeah, a boom truck. But yeah, that the maintenance guys were right behind us, so they did like some jerry-rigged fix that got us down to Houston, and we were okay for that length of time. And then we had to drive through like 3 feet of water, and nothing happened, fortunately, but it was still kind of scary. But
I almost fell off the top of an MRAP from heat exhaustion during filming for Army Wives one time.
Oh, fun.
oh wow,
Heat
That's
exhaustion.
an MRAP. I sent a picture of that. I was
Military
it was
vehicles
hot as fuck
so
that day. We're all in
embarrassing.
full gear and
Yeah.
everything, and just hadn't been hydrating properly. And I was standing up on top of that thing during filming, and this guy down below was like handing me backpacks to hook onto the side of it or something. And I was up
Yeah.
on top of that fucking thing and almost just monkeyed right off the side head first.
oh no,
Wow.
Yeah.
Drink your water, kids.
I
Yeah.
fainted once
Yeah.
at the end of a ruck march. That's what was
Oh,
the
fun.
worst part of it was the end. I did it all. We were forming up, and I fainted. And before I like fully fainted while I was falling, I heard one of the sergeants, smartass that he was, yell sniper.
Oh no.
And you just suddenly go down. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm so small and the rucks are so heavy that when I fainted, I fell back. And because the rucks are so big, I wasn't hurt at all. My head didn't go anywhere near the ground. Fucking thing is as
like a
big as
turtle.
Yeah, I was like a turtle, exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody help me.
I like that Beast and I both.
Oh.
Turtle. Am I not turtly enough for your turtle club?
Oh dear.
I still haven't seen that movie, but they used to air
Really good.
that one specific advertisement so much. I know exactly what you're talking
It
about.
is such a terrible movie, but it's so quotable, and it's like,
Master of Disguise.
yeah, I'm going to be the master of disguise. I'm going...
Yeah, I mean, I only
I
knew
don't
it from
know
the
if I would find it
exact
funny now.
advertisements for it.
I love Dana Carvey. Hated that movie.
When did that movie come out?
It's old.
Like
No,
97,
it's
98,
I haven't
2002.
seen it in probably at least 8 years.
2002. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I was still pretty young when that came out. I was 12, 13. I was 13.
Yeah.
So like that kind of humor was still funny. As much as I love
That
quoting
made-
it,
yeah,
I'm sure
That
if I
makes more
watched
sense
it
to
now,
why.
right, I'm sure if I watched it now, I'd be like, this is like the worst movie I've ever seen.
All the cringe.
Right, it's so cringe. But that doesn't, like, I will quote it, but that is just, I will hold on to the good memories. I don't.
I put a movie like
Don't
that to
wanna
the
rewatch.
test recently. When I watched Wayne's World again, I was like, okay, I had great
Wayne's World
memories.
is funny,
I
though.
know how cringy it held up. I was like, you know, this is even
It is.
funnier than I like
Yeah,
this.
It's the same guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The guy who plays Garth.
So funny.
Right.
He's the guy who's saying "turtle" in
Oh.
that fucking.
Yeah.
movie.
There you go.
It's Dana Carvey. Yeah.
And an
Ah,
excellent
the Turtle
segue.
Show.
That's a reference already. Was it Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that Jaffe messaged you
Yes.
about? Yeah.
Bill and Ted's Excellent
That
Adventure.
was
you
the
recently
dumbest
mentioned
movie
about
I've
that.
ever loved, and it was just
Ever
stupid
loved?
the whole time.
I'm glad you loved it.
Jaffe
Yeah.
and I
Did
you
watched
see
it,
the
and I
new-
was like,
They're making a new one of
it
Did
was
you
that.
see-
so.
Did you watch Bogus Journey yet?
It was at
There's
the
a
very
second one that's
end.
called Bogus
At the
Journey.
very end, and Jaffe's like, "Yeah, and there's 2 more." I was like, "What? This is a trilogy?" He's like, "Yeah."
Bogus
imagine
Journey
if
is Bogus
another-
Journey is probably one of my favorite ones.
And I don't. It was so. I mean, there was nothing about that movie that would ever happen in real life. I mean, obviously, as they're going back through time. But I mean, even the way people interacted with each other
Time
was
travel
just so
won't happen in real
stupid.
life.
Like,
Yeah.
why would any of this ever happen, assuming the time travel is a thing? Like, this is just so bad. But it was.
In Bogus Journey, they cross the boundaries of life and death.
Oh, of course.
And they have death as a person, like the Grim Reaper and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
We
such
need
a
to
good
have a
movie.
Minerva movie night with those next 2 shows, because it was
go.
Jaffe and
I
I
wanna
the first
play
time,
Death.
but that movie
Huh?
needs to be shared in a group.
And the actor that they had that played Death did a really good job too in that movie. He's funny as hell.
I mean, this
I
movie
could play
is
Death.
Keanu Reeves at his best. This is
I love
Well,
Keanu
no,
Reeves. You know what movie I
Point
really
Break was
love?
his
And
best.
What's
I
that?
love Constantine.
Oh, Constantine
I
was good.
I love that movie.
I feel like it's severely underrated. I love that you guys are saying that you like it, because
I haven't
so many
seen it.
people I talk to
Oh,
say
love
that
that
they
movie.
don't like it, and I really like that movie.
that scene up in the inside the the office building where he's up there and he takes a guy and like shoots him in the face, like
Mhm.
explodes his entire face, and part of his face is still talking because he's a demon or whatever.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Insanity.
We
This
should
is-
definitely do a movie night for
spooky.
Constantine. I
this
would
is
be
as
there
far
for
as I
that.
got. As a
I would
suicide
too.
survivor,
Constantine's
demon hunter,
great.
John Constantine, I'm in.
Yeah, it's so good.
No,
Isn't-
it's so good. I think it's really, really good. Not as many people as I would like it. I think it's
Spoiler: they use cats to travel to hell.
Oh,
Oh,
Makes sense.
they do. I forgot about that until you said that. I like want to
46%
talk about my
Rotten Tomatoes.
favorite part, but if we're gonna watch it, I won't talk about it. We should
Yeah.
watch it sometime this
That's the
week.
only
so we can talk
spoiler
about
you're
it.
getting out of me, but it's pretty cool.
That's
Another
a fair spoiler. Like, that doesn't actually ruin anything. So
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good spoiler. Like
Another thing that recently actually I came across was Pauly Shore. I came back across him recently. He was being interviewed on Joe Rogan's podcast or something, and I just saw a clip from it. But like he looks like shit now. Oh my god. But I remember like watching like old movies of his, like back when he was fucking super popular, big time on MTV and everything. Like Son-in-Law, in the Army Now, Biodome, like all these movies were fucking great, hilarious movies that Pauly Shore did, and then just suddenly he was just not doing movies anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened.
That happened to Macaulay Culkin too. He just kind of like fell off the face of the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually saw an interview of him on
He
Joe
had a
Rogan's
drug
podcast.
problem for a little bit, and he looks better now. He got help, and he's better now.
That's what happened with Macaulay Culkin, but Pauly Shore, apparently just some bad decisions, not drug related, not drinking, not things like that. It was just bad movie decisions. Like the movies he was choosing to do didn't do as well as they used to, so he lost popularity and just downhill.
He was a very niche actor though, with his like crazy voice.
Oh yeah, the weasel thing fucking totally just died. It lost.
And like
all
I was about to say, in the genre, he didn't move well into other genres. He can only really do comedy.
I experienced that with a YouTuber when I was younger. There was I don't know if anybody even knows who Big Mac was, Big Mac 11 or something. It was an old YouTube channel, but all of his videos were funniest because I was a child and he was like 11 or 12 in them. And then he grew up and had a deeper voice and was still trying the same humor, and I was like, oh, just stop. It's over.
Yeah.
You had a great run. It's over now.
Brian.
You have evolved.
He was making the children humor as a teen. I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
just imagine
That's
what
so
Ryan's toy review is gonna do when he's.
I have no blame for him.
We've talked about no, we're not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Toy
I brought that up.
reviewers?
No, it's okay. We just I've told you before. I don't approve of his content for my child.
Who?
No.
I love that Rose was like, I told you before, and she's got her hand up on the edge of her screen, and it's just on the edge of the screen for Chriselle, like they're side by
that is
side.
perfect. That's funny.
It's so good.
I'm sorry I mentioned
So
that.
actually, perfectly, my monitor that I have you guys on is right here. So I was kind of giving him the hand, like no.
Who
He is totally
is
right
As
there.
we talk about the 90s, early 2000s, talk to the hand, okay?
I just got through a 3-hour I don't know if anybody knows who Scrubby is. He's a YouTube channel, 1.5 million subs. I didn't know who he was either. But he had a 3-hour video on the Karen saga, and he had a neighbor that was just unreal. I mean, unreal. She didn't approve of his YouTube channel, didn't like the fact that her kid was watching it, and called the cops on him because she didn't think that he owned the house that he had just bought. Cops found out that he did own it, and way more. There were 2 points at the 1 hour mark and the 2 hour mark where I didn't understand how it could get any crazier.
Yeah.
And there was an hour left in the video.
Like
And
Peanut?
it was I watched the whole thing in pieces, and it was a masterpiece. Oh my goodness. Unreal, some of the things that she yelled at people about. Like, I know, she tried to get his channel deleted. She tried to claim... Yeah, she tried to walk over and get him to delete his channel. She walked into his house when the door was unlocked and then said, "We need to talk." And I'm like, "We need to..." Yeah.
That's a good way to get shot.
What do you mean we need to talk?
You know, I'm always afraid of crazies, and then I have to like take inventory of how like well prepared I actually am for crazies. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I have really bad anxiety, so I'm like, I have to like think about all the layers someone would have to get through to get to me.
Layers.
When I get like, there is layers. I live on a military base, and I actually live really close to the gate. So there are people with automatic military weapons, maybe
Right
100 feet that way. Like literally
right
100 feet that way. Like if I screamed out my window, help would be there.
With guns.
with big guns. And then that's the next point. Like if someone
trained
made
with
it
those
to my
guns.
house, I have
Yeah.
very large dogs.
Yeah.
One of those dogs, my dog, would not let anyone touch me. He would literally have to be deceased for someone to get their hands on me. And then if all else fails, I also have my personal weapon. Like,
And
Clark.
your training.
No.
and Adrian as well. Like, so like I'm not even factoring that. I'm just factoring like the outside forces.
I thought you meant like socially. You meant physically protecting yourself.
Oh yeah, I meant physical protection.
Because that whole video was just having a conversation with somebody who takes all the input from all the things happening around her and then having the opposite to the healthy response every time. And it blew my mind for 3 hours straight. Somebody just acting in opposition to what you should do. Like, his brother was, feeding his dogs while he was away, doing whatever YouTubers do when they're away. And she called the cops because some kid was going in and out of his house. And then proceeded, after everybody was okay and the cops were explained and they're aware that it was just his brother, proceeded to double down that he should have gotten like a certified dog watcher and somebody who was a professional. He's like, "Are you fucking
My
kidding
fucking
me?
family
It's
member.
my
Fuck you."
brother, my 13-year-old 5'2" brother. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a danger to the neighborhood or anything you should be calling the cops over."
Right.
And it just blew my mind for 3 hours straight.
Karen's gonna call
Definitely a
the
Karen,
cops.
though.
I cannot imagine the insanity that pursued. He had another one in that video that wasn't his neighbor, but he went on a train somewhere, and a kid in a nearby seat tried to steal the little game. So he was watching a little girl, he was babysitting, brought her to the city for a day, and he was trying to steal the DS out of her hands, and the kid's mom was okay with that. Like, why don't you just let him play for a while? I'm like, what?
I've almost gotten in fights with other parents when stuff like that happens. Some people are just so entitled to other people's things. Like other parents will try to tell my kid, "Oh, you need to share," and I'll step in and I'll be like, "No, that's his. If he chooses to share with your child, that's fantastic. We do not force sharing here. So I'm gonna need you to back up."
Especially while she was still
you
playing.
see this face, people get scared. So
still playing with the DS. Like, she's not even. And I love his response because, like, he's a YouTuber. He's basically an adult kid where he's like, so later on she was asleep not using it. She's like, "Well, can he play with it now?" And he's like, no, because at this point, no, and it's mine, so I can say no. And frankly, if anybody's going to be playing it, it's me because it's mine. I'd be doing something with the DS right now. And it was like the kids started crawling under the seat when the drivers put them apart. It was a private bus company that would wait for you. And this is where the justice really picked up, and I loved it because the bus drivers got involved and they were like, "Just make peace, or let's keep the peace by separating you two from as far as we can." And so they waited for her about 45 minutes after they were supposed to take off, and I think that was her way of just like spiting him, like, "Well, you didn't let him play with the DS when we're just gonna wait." Little did she know there's a fee for that. And so she comes in with ice cream and has to pay this massive fee. And she was, of course, opposed to that. Then they end up getting banned from it. And then the next week, when he's watching the girl again, bringing her to the city, same kid and his dad come on the bus. They get flagged for being banned. And I'm like, and the cops end up getting called. It's like, oh my God, this is my favorite.
You know what? I feel the worst for the dads in those situations because they're usually just these really timid men who, like, these evil women just, like, completely dominate. And I don't mean that in a haha dominatrix way, because we obviously know I have no problem with that, but like in like an abusive way.
One of my side
Like,
jobs.
I wish those bitches make money.
You should have an unblock fee on Twitter.
I have a friend who did that. I think I told the story already though, so
I don't know.
To expand real quick on the parent saying, "Hey, let my kid." I don't recall who it is, and I wish I could, but I do remember watching a stand-up, and the comic was talking about how he used to dip, like chewing tobacco.
Yep.
Yeah.
And normally he had like a styrofoam cup or a paper cup with a napkin in it that he spit into all the time or whatever. But this particular time, he didn't have a cup, and he had been spitting into an old Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know
Pretty
where
normal
this is
thing.
going.
And he's on a like bus going across the country or whatever, like traveling on this bus. So he needed somewhere to spit, so he's been spitting in this. And the kid in the seat in front of him and the parent like were, you know, sitting there, and the kid kept trying to grab the bottle at some point or another throughout the whole trip. And the guy kept going, no, that you don't want that. I promise you, you don't want that. No, you know, stopping it. And at some point, apparently they stopped at one of these like rest stops along the side of the road or whatever. And everybody was allowed off the bus to stretch their legs, whatever, do what they were doing. And the mother was like, why can't you just let my kid have some of the Coke, you know? And the guy's like, I'm telling you right now, that's not even Coke. And she's just not listening. She's not hearing it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, why do you have to be such an asshole about it? And he's like, okay, first off, lady, you want me to let your kid drink out of a bottle that I may have been drinking out of? That's just bizarre. Right. You know, like go through the thought process here, you know, and all this shit. And eventually, like, he's sitting there like on a bench outside of this fucking rest stop, and the Coke bottle is sitting next to him, and the kid runs up and grabs it and fucking opens it up and takes the biggest swig before the guy can react. It happens.
Oh no!
I saw that a mile away.
It's like, all right, good for you. And that kid turned green and was just barfing all over the place. You know, the whole thing. But it was just like,
than his parents
fucking
ever.
warned
Oh
you.
no, I think I've heard that story too. And then the mom tried to call the cops, and the cops were like, "Lady,
Yeah, it was a whole
he didn't
thing.
give it to you."
If
Like
anything,
she tried to be like, "Oh, he tried to poison my child."
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah. It was bizarre that the mother would want a perfect stranger with a Coke bottle, you know, to allow her kid to drink out of that bottle at all. It's just beyond me.
And that's what blew my mind the whole time I watched that 3-hour masterpiece, was people being super shitty, then calling the cops and playing victim the whole fucking time. It's like, in that case, exactly, like, tried to poison your kid. He did everything in his power to prevent that from happening. And
he
you're
didn't even
still the victim.
reason aside from, hey, no, it's mine, and no, you can't have this.
Right.
That's where it needs to end.
Yeah,
But
it should have been done the first time he said no to the kid. Should have been
That
done.
DS story blew my mind, because I was growing up in a family where, like, if that's somebody else's game, you don't even ask to. I mean, maybe, but no
So
more than once.
It wasn't a Karen, but kids are just kind of terrible that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
One of my
Beast,
new friends. Go ahead.
Beast, you had that kid that kept running up trying to touch your camera when you were doing the.
Oh, that was cute. No, she tried to do it the first time.
Little, right? It was little.
But imagine if the parent had been like, "Well, just let the kid play with it."
Yeah, that's when I was
know,
like,
no.
That would be different.
Yeah.
It sounded like in this.
That case was fun. I know what you're saying. The first time I think she was serious, and then Dad chased her away. Then it became a game. They were running loops the whole time I was recording.
Yeah.
So
the kid was never actually going to touch it after that. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. No, there are those entitled kids who are like, this is mine. And then the parent was okay with that. Blows my mind. Just
Yeah, it's the parent being okay with that blows my mind. So I was going to say, I have new friends, and they have kids. They're a little bit older than Clark. They're 7 and 9. Clark is 5, right? He just turned 5 in May. And me and Clark were over at their house the other day. The kids had been swimming all day, and then they came in for dinner, and they were sitting on the couch. And Clark asked if he could play with my phone because he was bored, he was tired, right? And so I give him my phone to go sit down on the couch with. And the 7-year-old, this little boy, had like talked Clark into handing my phone over to him. And I was very wary, like, as the words came out of my mouth, because like I'm new friends with these people. I didn't know their parenting style 100%. And I was like, oh no, if my kid is not playing with it, you do not get to play with my phone. You need to come give that to me. And as the words came out, I was like, oh no, am I going to have to fight?
Maybe you should have gone a little easier with that.
All right, let me get my keys out.
How comes up swinging?
But luckily, they were on the same tilt as me, and they're like, no, that's not, give that back. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But like you have to like ooh. But I have trouble with that. I don't know how to not yell at other people's kids. I come from a very large family. So the grandkids, right? From my grandmother down, there is 30 of us.
Holy shit.
And I'm number 2. I'm number
wow.
2 of 30. So I am used to just yelling at hordes of children, right?
Because
when
most
there's
of them
that
are
many
usually related to you.
Right. When there's that many children, the oldest children usually watch. The youngest children, well, the adults do adult things, right? So I am just, it's ingrained in me to like corral children. And then like my first job when I was 14 was a nanny. And then my next job when I was 16, 17, I worked at a daycare. I am just like ingrained to corral children. So when I see a child like acting a damn fool, I'm gonna call him out on it.
Yeah.
Damn, poor kid.
Yeah, it sucks to be around me.
Well,
If you're a small child, but
If you're a small child.
I always had such an easygoing upbringing where if somebody went from 0 to 100 yelling at me like that, I'd be like, okay, shit! We did not need that! I'm sorry!
Hey, calm down, it's okay.
Yeah, shit. You got the
You know what's
phone
really funny
here.
about that?
Tone it back.
I'm the mean auntie, but I'm also the fun auntie at the same time. Because like, I'll take you to Disneyland. I'll take you to the zoo. I'd let you eat cake for
But
breakfast.
I'm
'cause
not gonna let you fucking run rampant.
I'm not gonna let you act a damn fool.
fair enough.
Jeez. Oh no.
And then you join the Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just wrangling children in uniform.
Yeah. Well, most of the military is like fresh out of high school and stuff anyway.
I was
isn't
fresh
it?
out of high school, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
very
But
yeah.
there's like a huge gap in like maturity levels between a lot of the people that are there.
Right,
Yeah.
because there's the people that had to grow up fast and were grown up before they went, and then there's the
Yep.
people that don't even know how to do laundry.
Yeah. This is the first time they've been outside of a building.
I had to teach people how to do laundry
Yeah.
and why you couldn't wash your brand new brown camis with your white chonies and have your chonies still come out white. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Why
Makes
is
me-
everything tinged?
Yeah, that's a funny way to put it. Never been out of a building, because like, you know, there's two types
Shelter.
of people: the people who care about rain and those who don't. You know, and it's
I
like
don't believe you, Benz.
Benz doesn't know how to do laundry. I believe him. I had that same kind of feeling with Pokemon recently. I came back after that Magikarp day just a couple days ago. I'll be quick, Sig, where it was 6 hours walking around a lake. There was a little bit of rain, there was a little bit of shine, whatever.
Yeah.
6 hours of rain. And my dad was cleaning up the garage, finally getting things organized, what to move, what to not. That was a great day. And he wanted to show me, and it rained. And he ran out because, whatever, he's been inside all day. He wants to not get wet. I'm like, what's a little more water? Half the fluid on me isn't even from me, so I just walked. It's rain. It's water.
That sounds terrible. Okay,
Yeah,
but the way you
phrase
phrased it.
I know. I
Crazy.
am soaked head to toe, and it's not even. It didn't even come from me. So, it was external. It found me, and I just didn't care. This is one of those mentalities.
I believe Benz that he doesn't know how to do laundry, but I also know Benz well enough to know that he's not an idiot.
Laundry's
Right,
a
I feel like
pretty
if
sure
you
you
If
look
he
at
walked
a
over to that
washing
machine,
yeah,
yeah, he
Just
would
put
figure it
some
out pretty
buttons, add
quickly.
some bleach, and
Yeah.
all your clothes
I-
will match.
There's a difference between I don't know how and I'm incapable of.
Right. That's where I was with it.
It's like I
I knew
believe you
could
might
do
not
it.
know how, but I don't believe you're incapable at all.
Mhm.
No,
I just
but
yeah.
I just
yeah.
rarely do it because I mean fuck it, I don't feel like it.
I do all my own.
Yeah,
I have
that's
enough, I have
exactly what I
enough
was saying.
it's like I don't have enough clothes to go for a while.
There is a streamer talking about how exhausted he was after marching 5 miles in historic. There is streamer talking how exhausted. I don't know what that meant. Everybody
And
else
he's
served
talking
the...
about
After
Physical
marching
endurance
5
is
miles.
subjective.
Am I that streamer? I
No,
No.
no. He's talking about another streamer at some point he watched.
Oh.
Talking about doing a reenactment and walking 5 miles in gear and being like, holy shit, I'm exhausted. And it's like, yeah, that's what fucking happened.
Sig and I have always been totally on the same page about that. Like, with the Go Fest, I walked 10 hours back-to-back days, and it's like, yeah, try doing that in equipment. It's like, okay, yeah, no, you're right. That makes my feet stop hurting. Okay.
Right. I don't
understand. You cured my pain.
We've had this a lot before, where it's like, I mean, your great analogy. It's like that person's in a body cast. Your broken arm still hurts. I think you've said basically those exact words. It's like, for this one-upsmanship that's everywhere. It's like, oh, you did something? Well, try
we
this.
talked about this
have you heard about this? But have you done this thing that's more?
But I have that one friend who used my experiences to one-up her friend.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I hated that story.
Vicarious one-upsmanship.
Did I tell y'all about the coworker from when I hurt my back and couldn't work?
I think so. I don't remember specifically.
Just the other day, it had to have been this past podcast. Maybe I could have told you about it, but I was at work since I got back from hurting my back. I'm back working, and I was at work one day, and my boss wasn't there, but one of my coworkers that was there the day that he was being an asshole to me about it. She remembered hearing me say, "It's not a fucking competition," when I was saying I'm in pain and I cannot work. And he was like, I'm older than you and everything hurts. And I was like, that doesn't fucking fix me. She actually told me the other day, she was like, oh my God, I have told 4 people that since you did that. Since you said that, I overheard it. I have used that 4 different times to tell other people about, like, when I'm saying, my foot hurts, or, oh, this is happening, and they want to compare. And it's like, I'm not comparing with you.
Not everything needs to be a comparison.
People always want to compare shit.
Yeah.
And you can compare to, like, commiserate, to, like, empathize.
But to try and say mine is lessened by your previous experience, fuck you.
Right. Like, that's how pain works, and injuries and trauma, especially trauma. Someone's like, oh, I've been through worse things in my life. Doesn't make this other person's PTSD go away. Like, just because you can handle this situation and this person can't, everyone's wired differently.
That's another thing, though, is like, even myself, like, I've been through worse pain than when I hurt my back. That didn't stop my current pain from being pain. Like, oh yeah, I've had worse. Yeah, I have. Okay, that doesn't stop this.
I'm surprised this reaction's so common, because it stems from a pretty popular belief that, like, oh, you shouldn't even be complaining, or you should manage your response because of whatever.
Because someone else has it worse.
Yeah. And it's
like, unless you're like oppressed, disabled, like you stack these up. It's like, until you reach the bottom, there's always someone who has it worse. It's like, it still hurts.
I mentioned a few times, even I was watching a Casey Neistat video where he manages his complaining by reading the news and reminding himself how much worse everybody has it. I'm like, well, that's healthy, but like,
that's fine.
You're entitled to your own hardships, Casey.
Yeah.
You can.
But nobody is spoon-feeding him information and saying, you can't feel that way.
Right.
He's doing that to himself. He's allowed to do that.
I get that, but no, I mean, he was spreading the message in the video that, like, whenever you're thinking about complaining, just remember somebody has it worse. I'm like, true, but
that's not helpful.
My problems are still problems, even if they're first world. Yeah, it sucks that my phone died, but I lost my communication and I'm out. This is not a problem.
Sorry to hear. It's that easy. Say that.
It starts when people are like, kids, like, oh no, you don't get to be angry about that. You don't get to be sad about that. Like, I don't.
When I was a kid. Okay.
I mean,
I'd say is the youngest one here.
That happened a lot with.
Go ahead.
Well, with food, you should eat the rest of your food. There's starving kids. I'm like, that's true and horrible, but this isn't going to make it to anybody who needs it before it goes bad. So,
they can't say Africa are starving. Okay, but that doesn't change that you put more food than my body can handle on my plate.
You've escalated this pretty far in theory, but really, it's a simple problem. I'm full and I still have food on my plate. I don't know what to do.
And that's one of those things that gives people, like, issues. Like, we know that I am a pile of issues. I am just I Have you guys ever seen that Simpsons episode when Mr. Burns is so sick that the doctor the things through the door? Like, that's me. That's me. I've got just so many issues. And one of those is I have binge eating disorder. Like, I eat more than my body can handle, and I get really sick. I wonder where that came from. Oh, you better eat everything on your plate. I'm this like little tiny person
I still
with
do
like
that.
an adult portion. Right.
Yeah.
So I had to like, I still struggle with it. I had to like retrain myself. If I'm not hungry, I do not need to eat what's on my plate.
And I am
It's
hungry,
not
and
a
I'm
waste
watching
of
Skullz.
money if you're hurting yourself. Like,
Skullz is over here putting food in his mouth as this is happening.
What are you eating? What is that?
There's flaming hot popcorn.
Oh,
Shit is
wow.
delicious.
I'm no longer that hungry.
I am.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I've been holding on. I've been holding on to telling people that I'm an undercover fat kid. For a long time. I've been telling people that.
I'm not undercover. I've just been a fat kid.
Oh no, I'm coming out. I'm coming out from undercover. Don't you worry.
Metabolism is slowing down fast.
No, but I've always had a pretty high metabolism, and I've always eaten pretty large meals and stuff like that. Like, people are like, "Holy shit, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, aren't they?" And I'm like, "No, you have no idea." You know,
my stomach is pretty big. You'd be surprised.
But yeah, the finish everything on your plate mentality, I get that, but at the same time, I do finish everything on my plate. So.
I do sometimes, but like sometimes there's just too much food on my plate. Like,
yeah, no, I get that.
Some of my medications like curb my appetite. Not all the time, but like I have days, and so like when my husband like makes me a plate, he'll make me a plate like I'm having a good day, but I might be having a bad day, so I'll eat like a third of that. So
I hate
popcorn.
I haven't had popcorn in a while.
I was like flaming hot popcorn.
It's
like,
white
I don't.
cheddar flaming hot. It's really good.
That's a little bit better because it's still cheese. Because I was just thinking like basically you're eating popcorn with like powdered hot sauce.
Yeah. Probably destroying my stomach. But,
it's fine.
Gotta live a little.
Fine.
Sig webcam. Is it? No, it's back.
How are you gonna grow stronger?
Let you know you're alive.
Crap, you know.
Yeah.
We're keeping it English in the chat, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll specifically get McDonald's or Burger King just because, like, I have this, the guilty pleasure of like, you know what? I just want to eat junk right now. Let's, on the way back from playing Pokemon with my sister, like, let's swing through Arby's. This is gonna happen. It was great, by the way.
Arby's.
Yeah. We're doing this. I love giving.
Like I'm the only guy I know that goes to Arby's for the 5 for $5 and spends $30 anyway.
Yeah. I'm that same guy. Like I don't eat fast food very often, but when I do,
on that, I asked them if they had the 2 for $5 chicken. They said no. Yeah. Came home and found a coupon for the 2 for $5. I'm like, you son of a bitch! I specifically
lied to me.
Asked about that deal. I should have added the word coupon, and he would have been like, oh sure.
Right.
No, but yeah, I mean at Taco Bell, I spend like $35 easily.
My sister and I just keep coupons in the cup holders of the car we share. We just it's like a little black market.
I had a really high metabolism as a kid too, and I think Clark's getting there. He can finish a whole pizza by himself. Like
I don't usually
small pizza, but still, like, kid can pack it away.
Spurt, I used to
when I do
Chinese
eat
buffets. I go through 4 plates. I can't even touch that now as an adult. Like I'm.
Have I told you my dad's girlfriend thinks I'm bulimic story?
Up. No, you haven't.
This was when I was. This is when I was like 16. My father would take me and my brothers to Reno every year to go to this casino called Circus and to go play in the snow. We'd go there every New Year's. And and because it's like a mini Vegas, so there was hella buffets.
Now it's hard.
Yeah.
And that's what we would do. We would eat at buffets.
I need to eat lunch.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Okay, buffet. Yeah.
Stay strong, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Buffets. I forgot what I was saying.
Keep going, Rosie. You got it.
His girlfriend came with us.
Mm-hmm.
And she, she went with us. And apparently she was judging how much I ate the whole time. Because when we were at buffets, and I was 16, I had a great metabolism when I was 16. I ate like a sumo wrestler. I ate like every meat at the buffet, and then I ate like pasta and bread and like all the carbs, and then I made my way through the dessert line, like one of every cake. Well, maybe not every, but you know what I mean. Like, I packed it away. And I did that every day for like a week or however long we were there. And apparently my dad's girlfriend convinced him that I had to be bulimic, because there's no way I could eat that much and still be as small as I was.
Oh God,
when I was 16,
I've ran the numbers on that. It's not possible.
Yeah, it's absolutely not possible. I was like a rail. I had no titties. I had no ass. I had no shape to me. I looked like a 9-year-old boy. So I can see where she was like coming from, but my metabolism was just like through the roof. I just didn't put weight on. And so yeah, she convinced him. And at that time, I lived with just my father, and my brothers would visit on the weekends. And so when we got back from our trip and everyone left and the house was just me and my father again, he tried to have this like half-ass intervention with me. And he was like, Claudia told me that maybe you and I was just like, no. And he was just like talking over me, and I was like, absolutely not. And he's like, we'll get you help, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't. And then I did the most traumatizing thing I've probably ever have done to my biological father. And I was like, Dad, I can't. And then I stuck my whole hand down my throat because I don't have a gag reflex. And I was like, and then I pulled it out and I was like, I cannot make myself throw up. And he was like, turned around, went to his room, and like we never talked.
Mind.
He's like, yeah, all right, that was enough. That was enough for today. Just went to the room, closed the door.
That's what he did from just going off of the word of his girlfriend after one weekend.
Here is my thoughts on that, because I've gotten those comments too. Because like, I'll have big ass meals. I'll eat a whole ass pizza. But what you don't see is the fact that that's the only thing I ate the whole day. It's like, how do skinny people eat whatever they want?
How about try being in the middle of the frame for a bit?
Yeah.
There you go.
My man's off the screen.
Yeah. So what I found with that is though I get people who are like, well, how are you so skinny? Like you eat so much. How are you so skinny? How can you just eat whatever you want? Eat all this crazy stuff? And the short answer is because I don't, because like that's my only meal of the day. It's like, oh, I'll order a whole ass Domino's pizza. I'll eat the whole thing, and the next time I eat is next morning.
Yeah, no, but when I was 16, I just had a teenager's metabolism. Who here, especially adults, don't know that teenagers pack it away.
Yeah.
Like me as an adult, when my brother came to live with us, I had to get a Costco membership. It was just me, my husband, and my teenage brother. My husband was, mid-20s, and my teenage brother, the three of us living in a house, I needed to buy from Costco like I was buying for a 6-person family, because these boys would go through my food. Just like with nothing.
Yeah. Damn.
So.
No, I mean, it's like the box macaroni and cheese. I eat that whole box by myself. It says there's 4 servings on there. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah,
another interesting thing
and run away, but I'll be right back.
All right.
Another interesting thing I've heard about like weight is people. Well, I've heard like some anecdote about weight is someone who's like, those calorie counting websites don't work. They don't. They lie. I count my calories and make sure, but I still gain weight. But she forgot to count the fact that she drank an entire bottle of naked juice that day, which is like a really rich like fruit juice.
That has calories in it too. What is wrong with people?
Like you can't just ignore that.
Had pee on set so quickly. I went from chilling to like, I've been drinking water the whole time.
Wait,
my water's empty. My coffee's empty.
It's gonna hit you like a truck later on.
I pretty much.
I'm already feeling it.
I've always eaten whatever I want.
Yeah, it's like later on. We're half an hour past the end time.
Skullz.
That's what happened to me earlier. I had to disappear.
Skullz. When you hit Arby's, what's your go-to?
Ooh, French dip. Oh, sorry.
I don't go to Arby's.
You don't go to Arby's?
Nope.
No, I do the beef and cheddar. I get the biggest beef and cheddar they sell, and I get like 3 of them.
So my thing is when I go to the fast food place, I don't really go there often. So
yeah,
when I do go, it's usually half the menu. I need everything.
Yeah, give me a little bit of that and some of that,
like,
some of those
give
things
me the
over
nuggets.
there too.
Give me a bacon cheeseburger. Give me a chicken sandwich. Give me some fries. Give me everything. I want it all.
Oh, you're talking Wendy's menu right now.
Yeah, literally, or McDonald's.
Yeah, I want everything on the dollar menu. Let's go.
I got an email. Twitch didn't even. No complications. They're like, oh, there you go. You've been reinvited to affiliate.
Congrats.
Nice.
There you go.
Because when
Well,
I
you were
offered,
problematic. You were
Thanks,
never
you know.
banned. You never got any strike.
I asked for it to be
So-
removed. They were just really ultimate about it. They straight up deleted my revenue page, which was like, oh shit.
Well, that's just what happens if they take your affiliate, because
Well-
normal pages don't have that.
I did have that before affiliate. That's how you get onboarded, is through the revenue page. But it was just gone totally.
Not anymore. They've restructured things.
I mean, we're talking like 2 years ago.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It was funny because I was scared to multi-stream like today. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to go through the whole registration, so I
I
don't have a
think
sub
they're
button.
being more lenient right now because of the Mixer refugees.
Well, I've been qualified for affiliate for. I don't think I've ever not been qualified for affiliate. I
think that's the first time I've ever heard them called Mixer refugees. That's fucking terrible.
No,
they really are.
in like especially in the the Twitch streamer communities, I'm not like really a part of them. Because I hate reading Discords. I don't hate reading. I just don't like trying to keep up with Discords.
I know that
But like,
feeling.
so I talk to people, and they're called the Mixer refugees. They're flooding Facebook gaming. They're flooding, into Twitch.
They're all looking for a new place to be.
They're looking for new homes. And side note, I need you guys to know
I
that
think I'll be all right.
came in his burrito blanket. My yoga mat is right here. He
has snuggled in.
down. Yep, he laid down on my yoga mat, pulled his burrito blanket over his head, and he is passed the
It's a
fuck out.
cat, everybody.
It's a
I'm
cat. No.
telling you.
That's why
Well-
I always say, here's my cat when you guys get your cats.
Yeah.
My brother has just arrived back here with dinner. So
Okay.
Yay.
So we actually have to end.
We're
Yeah, well,
2.5 hours in. It's been a good show.
we're a half hour beyond our time anyway, so it's probably good to call it done, guys.
I'm already navigating.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
I'm sorry we
Yeah,
just,
thanks for dropping
especially
by.
me, just talked over you. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh no!
It's not okay that it's that, but
not the
what I said
precedent.
earlier, Skullz, is true. The first time I came on here, I was like, I found myself, I barely said anything, and it's mostly because you just have to.
Well, this isn't my first time. This is
Yeah.
my second time, but
You-
I'm not
you have
one to like. I don't like to assert myself over people. I like to give people. A
You
chance
are
to speak,
super
and
chill. Yeah.
I'm. I am that way. So.
That's all good,
yeah.
buddy.
I'm
If
like,
you guys
I'm
got a conversation going or whatever,
Yeah.
just interject and be like sometimes I try to, but
Yeah, you just
it is what it
gotta
is.
Get your
I
foot in the
took
door.
my meds like right before the stream, so I was like just very chatty and like
But I
hyper.
appreciate you guys for having me on again.
Yeah,
It's a
of
great
course.
experience.
I appreciate you bringing it up because, as I said to you immediately as well, it's hard for us to find people who want to come on because a lot of people are too nervous to ask. And while I don't need to get spammed chat for anybody and everybody who wants to come up, but like if you're a friend of ours and you have rapport, like bring it up so we know,
that you're interested. Because if they don't know you're interested, you're never gonna
It's
get
like
invited.
it's twofold. I'm nervous to like invite anybody because like I don't know if they're interested, but they're nervous to ask because they don't want to be that guy, and so nothing happens a lot of weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
The conversation's got to be started somewhere. So yeah, it worked out today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I was gonna make a
All
joke
right.
and I totally forgot about it at like the beginning of the stream. I was gonna say sponsored by, you know, nobody and LOL, but no. Anyway, that's just I don't know where that came to mind. Because like you know, at the end of the podcast, you gotta say thanks to our sponsors. All right.
Merch.minerva.gg.
There you go. Link in
Merch.
chat and all the members. who
Sponsored by the
supported channel.
Discord, you know.
We
doing
still
that.
need to make a Boys and Donna shirt
Yes.
I
because
believe
you
it.
have all these great Minerva shirts. I don't think we need one that specifically says Minerva Podcast because that's just kind of implied. Or
I
it could
could
say
embroider
Minerva
that on there.
Podcast, and then you have an
Maybe
embroidery
Stelly
machine.
could- Oh,
I
what?
mean, I was planning on doing it by hands. Is that how you
Oh.
embroider things? I'm not
You
sure.
could bedazzle
You can.
them.
I made this shirt.
Bedazzle.
Sequins.
I could do vinyl shirts. I did all this.
I could
Picture
cricket
Sig's
it.
stomach like a
Yeah.
vacuum just sucking the rest of him in right now.
No, I'm fine.
I'm sorry. We were ending. All right, let's end
Yeah, I'm
stream
gonna-
and
All right.
we'll
Get
chat
food.
like we do.
Bye.
Podcast episode 36.
Bye. Sadly, we can't have the traditional Donna takes the wig off. because
it was
We should have her put a
hot.
wig on.
No.
Sig's like, get out of here.
He's
See
like, no.
everybody.
Why does that person in the center look
Good